Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Just waiting for people to come in. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hey, nothing but the truth. How are you? Happy Friday, sis. Happy Friday. Hey, Miss Brown. How are you? Happy Friday, girl. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone is having a great Friday. Oh, y'all, this heat is just too much. Ugh. Mm, 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 mm. Hope everyone is having a great Friday. Thank you. Happy Friday, Roy D and Chad. Hi. Hey Kim girl. Hey D and Chad. Hello. Hey everyone. Hey 777. Hello, Miss D and Chad. Congratulations to your granddaughter. Oh, thank you so much, sis. I just got the phone with her. She made me cry. I was in open book check and I had to get off for a minute, but she made me cry. Um, yeah, she's leaving for college July the 5th. So yeah, I'm gonna miss her. I guess I'm not used to her being away, you know. So yeah. Um. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Rose. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was keeping up with a little stuff here and there yesterday, but I was just so tired. Yo, I was so tired. Like I had to jump up and get in the shower and get the hell out. Like I damn near was late for my granddaughter graduation because I was just tired. I was out yesterday running little errands before that, and I took a nap and almost overslept. And said my daughter called me. She was like, "Mommy, what are you doing?" I said, "Oh shit, let me get up," and I got up. So, but I made it. I made it. I made it. I made it. Happy Friday, Miss D. Same to you. Happy Friday. So yeah, I've been keeping up with a little stuff here and there. People have been sending me stuff, about Carmela and stuff like that. So this is crazy. I don't know. Now I know that I did see a video right on Facebook, and I'm just gonna call it how I see it, y'all, because I'm sick of the nonsense now. Okay, I seen a white boy post on his he did a video on his own platform and said, "Yeah, it's a hit out on Carmelo. I know someone in jail where he's gonna go, and it's a hit out on him." What type of shit is that? Do you know that video can be used against you if something happened to that boy in the jail? Like you can't be serious. These are some racist ass people. And I sent it to a couple of my supporters because I wanted them to see that video. I wanted them to see that video and know I wasn't lying. Yeah, Rose, I understand. Hey, Auntie Wanda. I seen that as well, but it's okay. Yeah, and you know what? All of this stuff was just everything was just fucked up, y'all. Everything. The boy did not get a fair trial. They railroaded the boy. The judge knew he was leaving in 6 fucking months, so he had to hurry up with the case. The judge wasn't shit. He didn't let nobody in the fucking courtroom. And like that lady said on court TV that I played Wednesday, before my last day. She said that the judge caused a lot of this chaos in the community around the world by not letting people see what was going on in that courtroom, could no cameras being there. I agree with her. For one, they was plotting and planning against this black boy. That's why they didn't want no cameras in there. Okay, they didn't want nobody. They didn't want nobody to see what was going on. That judge is evil as hell, and he is a racist ass motherfucking judge. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it, and I'm gonna call it how I see it. Yes, they was very racist. Yes, they was racist as hell. It didn't make no sense. Damn. And if y'all notice, I don't put not Carmelo, y'all. The boy, Austin or his father on my thumbnails. If y'all notice, I don't know if y'all know. I talk about them, but I don't want to put them anything on my page. Period. I don't even want to play their voice. None of them. I don't. That's just the way I feel. Yeah, right. Nothing but the truth. Yeah, the Candace lady. Yeah, I've been following her for a long time. She gonna get this done. I hope they get him investigate him. Yes. That man. Oh my God, baby. They knew what they was doing. Now I don't know if the father and mother knew about the DA was cool, and all of that stuff with the judge and all that stuff. They had a law firm and all that stuff. I don't know if the mother knew that. I don't know if the dad knew that. I can't say that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like a white attorney was not good at all in that racist town. I'm gonna say that again. Now I did hear that the guy said that one black lawyer won $1 million. Come on now, that's too much. Come on, I never even heard of a murder case up here. A lawyer won that much money. Not that much money. Like, I feel like he was trying to railroad. But okay, I don't know if the family did their own research or they had people, this guy leading them to attorneys. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't blame you, sis. Leave the devils out your page. Oh no, I don't want them nowhere over here, sis. Hell no. That's why y'all ain't never seen me post them not one time over here. The father, the mother, none of them. I don't want them demons over here. Okay? Because the father act like he ain't racist. But I was kind of trying to get him the benefit of the doubt. God damn it. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I always do that, y'all. But damn, sometimes they always fail. And Nancy, let me just say something to you, girl. Because I'm sick of you too. Lord, I've been trying to be nice. Nancy, I used to like you. I really, really did. I loved it, you girl. I loved it, you when you was on the TV and stuff like that. I always watch you. I felt like you did great in what you was doing, covering cases. But Nancy, girl, I got a question for you. Are you racist? And the only reason I'm asking that because I don't know if y'all remember when people was saying they was sending her emails and they was tagging her in Ramika case and in Dro case. And she never responded back with no emails. I know she seen them. None of the tags. None of that. But soon as Carmelo got found guilty, she wanted to cover that case. Now, let's remember, y'all, before that, she didn't say nothing about this fucking case. But as soon as they found Carmelo Anthony guilty, she wanted to cover this case. But I always had a feeling she had a little racist in her, but I didn't want to say that. But when one of my supporters had a conversation with me this morning on the back end, she only confirmed what the fuck I've been thinking, okay? Period. That's it, okay? That's what I want to say about Nancy. Yeah, she is Rose. Yeah, Nancy. Yeah, she disappointed me too. Yes, she did. She really did. Because I never tried, to look at her like that. I always watched her for years. You know what I'm saying? Even when she was on TV, had her own show and all that shit. But after this right here, She proved me what I was already thinking. And then when I spoke to my supporter this morning, we talked. And she was like, D, how you feel about Nancy? And I was like, oh, Lord, I'm glad you bring her up, girl. And we started having a conversation. I said, girl, you feel what I've been thinking, period. Of course she is racist, no doubt about it. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, girl. Nancy Faye says it all. Yup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nancy Grace disappointed me that she's getting a second hand. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. She disappointed me too. And I try to, cause I get everybody benefited out. You know what I'm saying? But I do watch it now, right? I just don't say nothing until I feel like it's appropriate time. So I feel like today's my day to let Nancy know how I really feel about her. Okay? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Ooh, Nancy, I really don't see you covering black cases. Now, I mean, she may cover a little bit, maybe when a little white person involved and did something, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, no. I'm just being real, y'all. God damn it now. Shit. I like her doing the Anthony case, but after that, her vibes changed. Got you, sis. Okay. Got you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, girl, I got so mad that lady I even unfollow her. Because I just, come on now. We can all clearly see something is wrong with this court picture. Okay? No cameras, nothing in the courtroom. He sat back. He see the whole nation in an uproar. You friends with these fucking people. Okay? I just didn't understand this. Okay? Even another attorney was saying this morning on their live on Facebook that this case was not proved murder, y'all. He said that this case proved this manslaughter. That's exactly what he said. That's what he said. This case screamed at manslaughter all the way. That's exactly what he said. I did too, Miss D. Mm-hmm. Hey, Miss D in chat. Hey, Sonya girl. What is she saying about it? I ain't watched it. Oh, Lord. Kim, give me this. I had to redact that, Kim, because I was going to say something I didn't want to say. I had to redact that, Kim. I had to redact it, girl. I had to redact it, Kim, because you were going to make me say something. Kim, I didn't watch it, but one of my supporters watched it, and she hit me up on the back end this morning, and she was telling me a little things about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't watch it, because I knew she was going to be racist and stuff, and I knew she was not going to be for Carmelo, but I've been saying she was, she posted. I can tell by her title, so I ain't even fucking watch her. Fuck her. Auntie.
Hey, Nisi Poo, good morning. Good morning to the chat and the mods. How's everybody doing this happy Friday?
Auntie, I'm doing good, but I just don't understand. Auntie, I need to know, what do you feel? Okay, the man that covered this, the man that was helping the family. I forgot his name. The black guy. If y'all can think of his name. I don't know his name.
You talking about the activist?
Okay, yes. Hey, open book, baby. Listen, if anybody come in the chat, y'all, please do not time them out acting up. Just block them, please. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just get them out of here. Okay. Now, Auntie.
Yep.
Why did this man want? Thank you, open book. Why did this man? Okay, because he said the lawyer had attorney won $1 million. I think that's what open book says. She's in the chat. She can correct me if I'm wrong. That's a lot of money for a murder case.
It's half a million.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot for a murder case. Okay.
Yes, it is. It's
like, who's going to pay that?
Well, this is the thing.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I want you go ahead and
Can
finish your thought.
can this lawyer prove to the if this family would have paid that much money, could this lawyer give them the word that he was going to beat that case, or you were just asking them for that money to see if they had that kind of money because you were sitting back watching these donations that was pouring in for this family? Are you serious? Over $500,000? Come on, Auntie. We got murder cases here. And I never heard a lawyer charge that much for a murder case. Period.
Well, absolutely not. But it was done because they realized how high profile this case is now, right? So when it's as high profile as it is, lawyers gonna go with the stakes and they're gonna raise the prices, their prices on how much they're gonna charge to go to bat for them. That is why they said $500,000, right? Mm-hmm. So when it turns as high profile as this, they charge the higher prices because they know not only is it going to appease because it's a high profile case, but it's also going to boost their careers because if they can win this case, then of course that attorney becomes the hero in the Black community that everybody's going to want to hire to help defend them as a client or a loved one that that they may have, that may be a client that may be getting unjustly treated in the criminal justice system. So that is the reason why that the Black one of the Black attorneys charged that much. Is it right? No, absolutely not. But when we're talking in criminal justice systems, we know that on both sides, the higher the profile, the more the money it's going to cost. So now the price of tea in China goes up, right? Because I don't know how much the Caucasian attorney charged. I don't think he charged that much. And I think because he didn't charge that much, maybe another reason why the parents went for him, as well as they said that he came recommended. He was supposed to be one of the top in the criminal justice system. And I also don't know, maybe they was thinking, oh, if we hire a Caucasian, they'll get to see that we're not, we want to fight this and not saying that it is about race. So that's why we're getting the Caucasian attorney. Those are probably some of the reasons why I'm thinking they did what they did. Unfortunately, it backfired on them because he actually got up there and did absolutely nothing to defend his client.
Okay, and another question. We know, and I know some people keep saying, it ain't no video. It is a video, okay? And Queen Sheba confirmed that. And I'm going to believe her, okay? Because Queen Sheba was in that courtroom every single day. Not one day that she did not get in. She got in every single day, right? So I'm definitely going to believe her. Now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I heard it was too.
Yeah. Now, I agree with Open Book. 100%. I agree with her. They did not subpoena that video or that school. Why? Because they would have to bring that truth to the light, which is that video, and they would have to. Those people will have to testify on that stand, and they did not want that to happen. That's why they did not bring that video, okay? It is a video. So I definitely do believe it is a video. It's 3 people out here, 2 women and a guy. I don't think they will lie and say it's a video, okay? It's a video out here, and they know it was a video. Open Book even said this morning on her live.
If it was people
they never subpoenaed that school or that video to come in that courtroom. Why? Because that would have showed the truth about what they did to Kamala.
If that is the truth from people that were actually there in the courtroom, that saw the video, witnessed the video, know it was a video, then it was a video, right? Like, I just can't believe that people
they never let the video in the courtroom. They never let the video in the courtroom.
this is what I wanted to say to that is more of a reason why his attorney did him a disservice, not only regarding the video, but you got to think about it. It's a number of things that was not presented. Why didn't the defense have their experts get up there? Why didn't they have their medical gear? See, you got to look at all things that when I said that his attorney did him a great disservice. Like none of that was presented. I heard that there were experts, there was another medical examiner that could have been brought up there from the defense side to kind of explain more about what the other medical examiner had said about the case, because there's much that wasn't said about when the medical examiner did the autopsy. I told you it's regarding to how the wound happened, how deep it was, why it was angled that way. Was they in close proximity or far away from each other? Were they in the struggle? Is this the type of, it was so many things that the defense could have brought light to this case that would have absolutely helped Carmelo, because the witnesses that he even got did not help Carmelo. So, okay, let's bring experts in. Let's bring another medical examiner in to give another side of the story. Let's bring character witnesses in to talk about this young man and how great he is and the things he's done in this community. Let's talk about how he saved a child's life from drowning. Let's talk about how
they wasn't gonna say that. They wasn't gonna say that, Auntie. They was not. See, they didn't put nothing good in there about that boy. Everything they said, made that boy look bad. Exactly. They didn't bring in none of his teachers. None of that.
Exactly. Teachers, pastors, anybody from the community to give a character witness for Carmelo. None of that was allowed. And these are some of the things that I hope be brought to light in the appeal. I believe that there is a strong chance that they can win and get the appellate court to grant them, a retrial or appeal it. And some of the stuff, if they look at it close enough, if it's played right, it's a possibility he can even walk. So, the parents has got to get the most dynamic defense attorneys that there is, and they need to have more than one. They need to have more than one. It needs to be a team. The same. Listen, if they get a team, a team of defense attorneys, it will be worth $500,000. And let's look at it. They have it because they have it in the GoFundMe. That
they closed it down until they stopped it.
Okay, so when they stopped,
it. When they stopped, the day that
right. But
yeah. So I don't know. But you know what? I don't know because it's circulating so much. So I don't know if the mother got the money or didn't get the money. So I don't want to say she got it, she did, because I really don't know what's going on with the money.
I'll ask you, Nisi Poo. So when they stop it, does that mean that the parents can't collect? Just because you stop something does not necessarily mean you can't collect on it.
I don't know how that works. I never did it before. I don't know. That's why I said I don't want to put it on my platform that she got the money, because I don't want to, spread no false information. So I don't know if she got the money, if she didn't. Matter of fact, it wasn't even GoFundMe. It was another similar thing to GoFundMe, but it wasn't GoFundMe. Yeah, so I want to clear that up too. Right. So I don't know if she. I don't. She can only be the one that come out here and speak and say, yes, we got the money. Yes, we did this with the money. No, we did not get the money. And until I hear from her about the money, if she want to talk about it, because she don't have to, she don't want to, I don't know what happened to the money. I don't know where the money
at. That's my question. If just because they stopped it, does that mean that they cannot now collect the money? Because I did see a letter that they wrote saying that they stopped it and he's been convicted. So now does that mean that that the parents can't get that money? That's the $64,000 question I would love to know.
Well, let me ask you this. If they have the money and they're saying she can't get the money because she's been convicted, why the hell they would let this family make a GoFundMe or whatever this shit was? Because you knew the circumstances of this case. And y'all knew y'all should at least told them if he get found guilty, You can't get the money. If we find guilty, we'll give you half. We keep the parent something. I don't know what they told the parent. So again, I don't know. Now they're going to give the parent all the money, or they're going to send these people back their money. I don't know how they're going to do.
You going in and out, and you sound wild, Nisipo.
Hold on, let me.
You hear me? Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that is a great question that I would like to know, you know, as far as the Go Money, because at this point, with going for the appeal, they're gonna need a dream team, and with needing a dream team, it may be cost $500,000. $500,000, then hey, so be it. If the money to for, because their son's life is on the line. So if $500,000 is what it costs, I'm dead. So this the to the one black attorney. No, I think that was it was absolutely too high. But I understand why they charge that, because this is a high profile case, and this can gonna make or break either way. For the defense attorney, would have made their career. Even if they would have lost, it would have made their career, because that attorney would have been a part of one of the most highest profiled trials in the country. Right? We talking about this highly out up, you know, with the O.J. Simpson trial and all of them. Maybe not as much on the level because he was a celebrity, but just pretty much equal. And it's so many things that's just now that I can see that they're going to fight. And definitely they're going to have a case regarding he wasn't judged by a jury of his peers. Now, everybody keeps saying, because if you read what that means about when you serve on a jury of your peers, it means most people within your... Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, because they're saying that
they can't
hear me. Oh, you can hear me? Okay, so I don't know. All right, I don't know why they can't hear me. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so a jury of your peers basically means people within your community or within the community, right? So we know for a fact that it was predominantly an all white, maybe a douse of a Hispanic or Asian there, and there were no blacks. And you may want to argue the fact, because I heard an attorney say, you know, that will be a weak case. Well, it absolutely will not, because aren't African Americans juries of your peers within the community? The Collin County in Texas has a 0.1% of African Americans, and not one of them, you mean to tell me not one of them, not only did you turn one away, you turned two away, you turned 3 African Americans away.
Yes, and this is an African American. Spoke on that. It's a black lady I watched yesterday. She spoke on that. How he turned all those teachers away. Like, now, what do you think of this? Now, I know, I mean, I just never heard of it, but I'm going to speak on it, right? Okay, so when you get evicted of any crime and it was any evidence there, like blood and clothing, a firearm, a knife, a fork, whatever you hurt the person with, right? If they get that as evidence, they always bring that out and show that, because that is evidence what this person used on this person, right? So I never understood why they did not bring that knife and show that knife for evidence, because they had the knife, but they showed a picture of the knife from my understanding.
Right. They showed a picture of either the knife or unless it's still in evidence, would show a picture of similar that looks like the knife, right? Sometimes they'll only show a picture. Sometimes they'll actually have the evidence, and it'll be in a little plastic container covered in, you know, or bag, right, covered in protect, and they would actually put it up where jurors can see it, everybody in the
Mhm.
court can know they
Yes.
did that person. I was told that it was a picture. I don't know if it was the actual weapon that was used, or was it a picture of another weapon that's similar to the weapon that was used, right? So many things again I keep on that I really hope whoever they hire as a defense attorneys for the appellate, to take it to the appellate courts for to get an appeal. I really hope that it's because it can't be one reason why you take it to the you appeal it. It got to be multiple reasons, right? And we know now that things are coming out about the judge being a alleged child abuser. Is coming out about the district attorney and his prosecutor or his assistant being, charged with SA
Yeah.
allegations. And
Yeah.
so, so
Mhm.
it's things that now can be brought to the table to help up, right? Because again, we got to remember we are in a very racist Confederate flag carrying state like Texas. Because honestly, I saw some people out there that were protesting the Caucasians. I saw a couple of people out there with Confederate flags. So let's
Yeah.
not forget, we can never state that we are in. That's why they're going to need a bulldog team of defense attorneys to handle this appeal. And they got to go in there and they got to, from A to Z, read all the reason why that young man was railroaded, why he never had a chance from the word go.
Facts. Facts. Facts.
So
They did that.
if I'm
Let me say something, Auntie. This was a setup from the door. They had already had all this planned. It. They didn't want the public in, no cameras. They knew they wasn't gonna show that video. They had all this
that's
stuff
another
planned.
that's
And this is
another thing
sad.
they could bring up, that the community had a right to be in that court. The
Thank
community had the right to report on this case. That judge did not allow media in there. Another thing that they can make a part of the appeal, that you got people that look like him that want to get in there to witness, to make sure a fair trial was given. You got them standing all outside the courts. You got them wanting to come in the courts, and you did not allow the media to be able to record that case. Why? Why? So that speaks volumes too, as to, what's going on with this judge and why that he allowed that. And see, and it's not only the onus is on the defense to want to everyone to have a fair trial. It's also on the prosecution, even though he's prosecuting the case. He still has an obligation as a law affiliate of the court to want to make sure that all involved get a fair trial. And he did not do that part either as the prosecution. That is another thing that the defense attorney can
And
bring
then in
up.
the fence, he sat there and let the judge just say anything. Get rid of all the people. Didn't say nothing. That's why I say this whole shit was a setup. Didn't say, not nothing.
It is it is a strong possibility, like I said, that if it appeal, it could possibly even get thrown out, or if it get retried, it may get reduced to a lesser charge. Any at this point, we need any and everything necessary to throw in there. Everything, even the kitchen sink, throw anything in there, and whatever
Right.
sticks to the appellate court, and hope and pray that he gets it. But I think it's a strong chance that he may get this appeal, that it may be proved by the appellate
And then
courts.
another thing, Auntie, I never seen, and this lady said this too. A couple of people said it. They were shocked that they had the verdict the same day they found him guilty. I never seen that. And that's why me and Open Book Talk, I said, well, open book. They probably had the census tomorrow. I said, because normally when they not census, normally when they census you, they will have the verdict or the how long you're gonna do in prison, maybe a day, 3 days later, sometime a week later, right? I never seen this done the same day. This was very odd to me. Now I'm looking at it more better. I know why. I see why they did everything the same day. Even you had prosecutors, lawyers saying the same thing I've been said. I said, damn, they did all this the same day. And the lady even said in 3 hours, she said she couldn't believe it.
It was shocking, but actually in Texas, allowed. But you can tell that everything went right, that it was absolutely being rushed by the judge. The judge was intervening. From what my understanding is, the judge was even intervening in the case to help the prosecution when the prosecution didn't know what to say, or when the prosecution should have again, all these things, because see, the transcript and whatever recording that they have, if the court did in a video recording, they'll get to see, and the transcripts is definitely going to be a major part of what's going to, what you have to present to the appellate courts for the appeal, right? So right. A combination of things, right? Things that, people may have said, what was witnessed, if the courts did any video footage, all of that. They're going to take a look at all of that, all those things, plus all the things the defense going to say. This all was done to Carmelo, and it was unjust. It was not lawful. It was not right. He got railroaded, and these are the reasons why. And they're going to list the reasons why. They're going to give the appellate court the transcripts. If there's video footage from the courts inside, they're going to give that to them too. The appellate court's going to go and look at all that stuff and make a decision whether to grant the appeal or not. So it's going to work like that. But in a lot of southern states, y'all, and I want y'all to realize that a lot of southern states, Southwestern states, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, a lot of them have where you could do that in one day. And they've been had that for decades, because that's the way they was absolutely convicting a lot of black people long time ago. It didn't take them long to make up their mind. They fate was sealed when they walked in the courtroom. They fate was sealed when they were charged. It happened to
Okay, another question. The guy that was working with the family, the black guy, and I want everybody to tell me how y'all feel. What do y'all feel about him? And I'm asking this question. I haven't followed him. I follow him since this Carmelo case, so I don't really know him like that. But a lot of people are saying they feel like he felt the family with his attorney. Okay, I heard him say on live the other day that this attorney was already retained, right? But he was helping the family with attorneys, but the attorney, I guess the family chose this attorney. I'm just saying, me speaking, I would have never allowed that family to keep that attorney. Okay, this family is new to Texas. They don't know nothing. Okay, so I guess they, relied on him to help.
People, you have to understand that was not his call to make. So I'm not mad at him for that. All of the attorneys presented to the Anthony family, they chose the white guy, the attorney, because somebody, I guess that they know well, told them that he was the best attorney to go with, right? And even though the activist guy said, yeah, we brought in, I think that he said it was 5 or 6 black attorneys that they talked to or whatever. Listen, the Anthony family made up their mind of who they wanted. That man has no control over that. So we can't blame him for that. He presented and they attorneys were presented to the Anthony family, white ones and black ones. They had choice. So we blame that young man for the choice that Carmelo's parents made. So we got to put the responsibility on and for the parents and for Carmelo's parents to get up there and realize now that we made a mistake. Because see, they said that in the interview. We got railroaded. We made a mistake by the choice we made in the attorney because of what people said to them. Instead of, guess what, doing your own damn homework. I know sometimes we go by how highly people recommend, but where I think that the Anthonys failed is they didn't look at the fact that we are Black in America. We got a Black son that is fighting for his life.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Huh.
And Owens County is known to be a racist town. If I parent in that position, would I ever would have thought that somebody that don't look like me would fight harder for my son's freedom than somebody that looked like me? See, that's the question that the Anthonys needed to ask themselves that. So that really
now they said that he had to have a lawyer within 48 hours, right? And maybe Texas is different, but I never heard no shit like that. I never heard when you got a child, anybody locked up, you got to get an attorney within 24 hours, 72 hours. I never heard of that.
Nisipu, they had to because the trial was about to start, so they had to get an attorney ASAP.
Okay, listen, Auntie, I didn't know that. So what I'm saying to you is they just got this attorney?
I don't know how long they got him, but I know the trial was getting ready to start soon, so they had to make a decision. You got to remember what the judge said when they first started doing the jury pick. He said, "Oh, we gonna hurry up. It ain't gonna take us forever to do this." See, these are all statements and things, conversations had made like that from the judge are all suspect. These are all the things that the appellate, that the defense attorney for the appeal need to present. And from day one, how unfair and unjust that the judge and biased the judge even was, right? So now if they feel the pressure, the Anthony family, to, okay, we got to choose. Okay, I'll just say out of 12 attorneys, we got to choose. Okay, so now from friend who or a family member or somebody had told them about this white guy, the Howard guy, that, okay, he's the defense attorney in the state of Texas. But who is he the best defense attorney for? I bet you it wasn't for people that look like us. Has he defended any other Black people? See, these are the things that should have been researched, conversations had by the Anthony family. And it wasn't. And you could tell that now because they did that interview and they are regretting the fact that they hired him, that they chose him. Now, right now, for the defense that they need now, if it costs $500,000 and I had it, it wouldn't be no questioning because my son's life is on the line and I will pay it in a heartbeat. Period. So how much money are you going to put on the freedom of your child?
Well, I ain't trying to blame him for nothing because I know he can't make the decision. But I still got to go back to the mama. I'm sorry. I still got to go back to the mama.
Well, I would assume.
Listen, the mama knew they were in a racist fucking town. Okay,
I would assume. Though I would assume that both parents talked about it and made the decision to go with the Howard attorney guy. I think his last name is Howard. To go with him, for whatever reason. Whether he came high, I'm understanding they said he came highly recommended by somebody they know.
I know so.
But when your life is on the line and you are in a racist county, you got to weigh the pros and the cons of that. He's the best. Right. He's the Texas. Has he ever tried and gotten anybody Black off? Have he ever got a fair trial when it came to somebody Black? How many cases has he with somebody? See, because we want to talk about it, always try. It shouldn't be about race. Let me tell you, baby, we are in America. KKK, baby. It's always about race. Everything you do that represents how you move in this world, how you delegate in this world, who controls everything in this world is about race. You got to think on nothing when it comes to the housing, the banking institutions. We are not making laws and decisions that affect us. Education, healthcare, none of these things are owned and operated, and laws and decisions are made by people that look like us. So for people to always sit and say, we don't need to make it about race when it comes to things like this, especially the criminal justice system, and we know the way they treat people that look like us, and y'all want to sit up and say it ain't about race. Wow.
Well, I think this time the mother and father are going to have some great help. I do believe people around the world is going to help that family. They're going to make sure that family get the right attorney this time. I definitely do believe that, because this right here wasn't it. It was not it.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely was.
Yeah, I know he couldn't decide for the mother and the family, but I'm just saying, me personally, myself, I'm gonna speak for me. If I was working with a team, if I was working with a family and I had a team, and I know I live in a racist state, I'm going to be honest and I'm going to tell that family the truth. Okay? I'm just going to be that. But I will definitely tell them it's your option because it's your money. But I think you need to go with a black attorney. Now, if you choose not, there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, I don't know if he said that or not. I'm just saying what I would say.
A white attorney is never going to sit and give a black family the truth and talk about how Collins County is a racist town and how the criminal justice system unfairly convicts black people at a higher rate than they do their white counterparts. Nobody's white going to ever sit down with a black family and tell them that. So these are the things that the Anthony family and black people need to realize and know in general. We just need to know the general. Seem weird that are highly profiled and it's racially profiled as this case. Why would I go with somebody opposite if I don't feel like they're gonna fight to tooth and nail and represent us?
Yeah, because people saying that she had to get an attorney in 2 or 3 days. So I was trying to figure out, did she already have this attorney? Because I heard this attorney was,
Yeah, I don't know. I heard that, but I didn't hear the young black man that Neek at Night had her panel that she interviewed. That's the activist and that was with Carmelo and everything. And he said he sat with him, ate with him, got to know him, and all those things, right? So that's not his call to make. That's not his decision to make. So yeah, we can't put that blame on him and blame, well, why didn't he tell them? He may have mentioned it, maybe, but ultimately it was still their decision to make that decision. And look what it cost them and their son. Now they have to fight yet again.
Because his prices was a little cheaper than maybe the other attorneys. So that could be a reason why that the family picked him too. I don't know. I'm just saying, I really don't know.
Yeah, it could have been, but again, mainly from what they're saying, it was because he came recommended. And I get it. We always, sometimes go with people, that our friends and family recommend. But when it comes to a case like this, and my son is on the track, I'm going to spend every day and night doing my homework on that attorney. These are the type of questions I would ask that attorney. I would ask that attorney as a parent, as a black mother who has a black child on trial. Well, how many trials have you tried? How many cases have you had involving African-American people? Like for real. I'm not just, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to something this serious, you don't ask questions. See, because I don't think they really ask that attorney in-depth questions. When we saw Carmelo sitting there, and his attorney should have coached him, if he's not going to testify, you could pass me notes you want me to say, things you want me to address. I didn't see any of that going on.
Well,
Have you ever
well, you
watched?
know what? That man probably knew anyway that Carmelo Anthony didn't have a chance. That man probably wasn't crazy. He knew that he lived in Texas all his life, probably. You know, and he probably already had knew that Carmelo did not stand a chance in that county with all these people. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh Lord.
Have you ever heard that people have fired the attorneys mid trial,
Yes,
right?
I have heard of
Because
that. Yes.
it's for whatever reason they don't like what the attorney's doing, what he's saying, where it's going, or things of that nature. Because this case went so fast, of course they didn't even have time to do that because what they got this case all together in what, less than 2 weeks. I mean, the from the jury selection to the trial to the conviction and the sentences, I don't even think it took 2 weeks. And it, like
And
I
then
said, it's
on
the
top of
fastest
it,
I've ever
Auntie,
seen.
I never heard too. I, you know, and another lady, you know, when I think about things, sometimes I, go, look at people's stuff, and people be, I'm like, damn, I was thinking the same shit, right? So I never heard of someone get sentenced, right, and leave the county jail and go to prison less than a motherfucking day. Now I know here where I live, once you get sentenced, you can be there for like maybe 3 weeks to a month because they get a lot of people together, you know what I'm saying? And they come and transport you to the prison. You know, they got to send in prison, your records and all of that stuff. They do all of that stuff before they just send you to a prison less than 24 hours. I felt that kind of odd. I never heard of that before. Maybe that's how they run, or maybe they did this shit on fucking purpose. Then I never seen in my life that you go to prison and they cut your fucking hair. That shit upset me so bad. I broke down and I cried because I never seen no shit like this in my life. Like I don't know how y'all ever, but I never seen no shit like this. Up here where I stay, you don't have to get no haircut. They don't cut your hair. If you want to keep your dreads, you want to keep whatever, you keep it. Like, what was this all about, y'all? Like, I just felt so bad for him. And then I thought it was an AI picture at first. So I said, well, maybe this is an AI picture, I don't know, but now I'm seeing it circulate everywhere. Like, y'all, they had the bus waiting for him. Yes, open book. This weird. Exactly, Roy D. In Miami, it takes 30 days before. Yes, that's what I'm saying. The same thing here. It takes 30 days, 3 weeks to a month before they come and transport you. Yes, I never seen this. Brittany, is you in the chat? Cause you dropped the link down for me, Brittany. If you in the chat, 1 second. Says they ban all. They plan all this in 8 months. Yes. Hold on, y'all. I don't know if Brittany in the chat. I gotta try to get the link for Auntie. Hold on. Hey, Rhonda girl. I said the same thing. Yes. I never seen nothing like that in my life. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, when I seen that, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get the link for Auntie. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Because I don't know if Brittany in the chat or not. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Open book. I sent you the link, baby. Can you drop it for me, sweetie, if you in the chat? I never seen nothing like that, y'all. I never seen someone get shipped out that quick to a prison. I never seen that. Miss D, my brother been in prison for 30 years, and he told me they shipped him out fast. They may try to hurt him. Yeah. They did. They shipped him out so fast. Thank you, open book, baby. Love you, sis. Listen, y'all. I'm just going to tell y'all what my son told me. My son said this all was a setup. And he said the mom gonna have to really keep in contact with her son, as much as she can, and if any threats coming upon her son, my son said no matter what, she needs to still report it to the ward, no matter what, if they do anything, and for her to keep all records of everything that she report of any incidents, what was done, what was said, keep it on file, and I will agree with my son, what he said. My son he knows about this case also. My son felt like he was done wrong, he was done dirty. My son said he never seen a prison make you cut your hair. My son said, what the fuck is going on with that? Like, I never seen that. They don't do shit like, they don't make you cut your hair. Okay? They don't make you cut your hair.
I thought that
I never seen nothing like that.
the process was fast too. I've never said that, because we know the system ever take forever to do the processing of an inmate, and actually for him to move around the way saying he's getting around. Is he getting around for his safety? Or is he getting moved around, get set up in some kind of way? And I really hope, because it's such our case in the system there all knows about it. Hoping that be some brothers and OGs, Muslims, somebody that will help check while he's, if that's you, it goes in the system type of thing. This they had protection. The Caucasian had there. The had, they all have case, people that with function a number of the race of people. We know what ends. We all in the prison, and it was a lady that was supposed to. I pray to God that that's true, and I pray that he is when he go.
Auntie, try to move around with your location, because you're going in and out. Like in the house, move around with your location. And also, my son did say too. He said, "Mommy, he's young, and he's going to find somebody good, going to take him under his wing. They're going to look out for him." I said, "Yeah, you." I said, "You sure?" He said, "Yeah, trust me." He said he's going to find somebody good that's going to love him, and they're going to take him under his wing. And my son said they are going to look out for him. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. My son said that too.
Yeah. Is there?
Say something again. Hey, Auntie.
Can you hear me?
It's still going in and out a little bit.
Okay, go and come back in. But I was going to say I do you though, and that's where activists, people, and got connection with the system. Sure that he's protected.
Yeah, I definitely he's gonna find a good person that's gonna look out for him, because he's so young. He's very young. Lord, I promise they do. Even if we have to put money on the books, protect this baby. Yes, absolutely, sis. I agree. Absolutely.
Yes, still tears, God. I think it's as a process is take a year, 2, 3. So going to have to be sitting in prison for till hours. But this is while here, he needs a product. He needs to take college course, continue be the ending man that was a sit outside. He needs to do. He needs to his right again. It's gonna
Auntie, go back down and come back up. Go back down and come back up. Open book. You drop the link again for Auntie so she can come back up. Thank you. Now, somebody just said in the chat. Hold on. Shaving hair and face is a part of the intake. Not here. Not here. That's not a part of the intake here. I never seen no shit like that. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Chat, y'all let me know. Because I know nothing but the truth said, no, not where they live at. I never heard nothing like that. I'm just being honest. Hold on, y'all. Let me. Okay, add unto that. I never heard part of an intake that they shave you and cut your hair. I never heard no shit like that. No. She said in Texas. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, that's what I just said too. I said, hold on, y'all. Let me drop Auntie. Let me remove this one. And then I'm going to bring her up on this one here. Okay, let's see. Because I got you twice up here. You good, Auntie?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes. Much better. Not
okay.
Here in California. Yeah, they don't do that shit here neither. I ain't never heard of that. Miss D pray that they don't put him in a cell with a racist person. Yeah, I'm praying about all things, y'all. I'm really is, y'all. I'm really, really, really is. I just feel like this family was just set up. I feel like they were set up before. Lord have mercy.
Can you hear?
Yeah, Auntie, I had to take a deep breath for a minute. Like this is
Okay.
But they
I
did
mean,
say
it's
it can
tough.
take up to like 2 years for that she said it can
Appeal,
take up
yeah.
for the appeal, yeah.
It's a process. Everything within the criminal justice system is a process. It's long
What the
unless
fuck do
you
you mean he
got
got girl, boy? I don't know if you a boy or girl, but you better get the fuck from over here before you get cursed out, your kids get talked about and everything. Now don't make me go there, okay? Because I try to be nice. But boy or girl, whoever the fuck you is, you better get the fuck out of this motherfucking chat before you get cursed out real bad. Because I curse you out so bad you may cry. And you go on about your business, okay? And thank you so much, Open Book, Ray, whoever did the job. Because, baby, I'll tell you something you don't want to motherfucking hear. Shit.
Niecy Poo, they don't want to get you on your soapbox,
Yeah,
huh?
I'll tell you something you don't want to hear. Don't you fucking come over here talking about Carmelo over here. Okay? Because, honey, we rooting for him over here. So go on over there to the fucking people that you fuck with. Because it's not over here. You're in the wrong chat. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't understand. They just can't help themselves. Again, they always find ways to insert themselves like they're wanted in these spaces when it comes to us talking
Oh, and
about
then
black.
Auntie, did you hear this? In chat, let me know if y'all heard it. The father spoke and said, when he go up for parole in 17 years, I'm gonna be there to make sure he don't even come home again. Did y'all hear that? Did anybody hear that in the chat? That's what the father said.
I didn't hear it, but this is what I would have to say to that. He better hope he be alive in 17.
Auntie, did you hear? Auntie, he said if he be dead and gone before he leave this world, he's gonna leave a recording behind for the judgment on that day after 17 years. He's gonna leave a recording. That man is a mean motherfucker. Okay, because if you say you forgive this family, right? You say you forgive them because that's your words. You say you forgive them. So if you forgive them, then why not give him another chance in society after 17 years if you say you forgive them?
Well, Mr. Metcalf is, and I say Mr. loosely, he is showing his racist card. He was just waiting until this trial was over. You got to understand how people like him work. When he first came on the scene, when they had the press conference, and when he came and showed up, when they put him out, he acted like he was just coming there to pray and try to bring the communities together. But now you see what he's real doing. See, that's the real him that y'all see now, right?
Thank you, Philly. And you're right. He's showing it now. You're right. Because he said in the beginning, I forgive them. But if you forgive them, how could you just say when he do 17 years, you're going to make sure that you're there for the parole hearing and make sure that he doesn't come home. And if you deceased, you're going to leave a recording behind. That's not forgiveness. That's not forgiveness. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But I don't see that as forgiveness, because this boy can come home and help other people in his community and share his story. And I'm not going to say be a better person, because he was not a bad person. He just made a mistake. And we all have made mistakes in our life.
He made a horrible, reckless decision is what he did.
Right.
Like, that's what it is. It was a horrible, reckless decision that, and a lot of youth have made. And unfortunately, this is what he has to go through to prove that he can still be a productive citizen in society, right? That I realize that I'm 17, right? And my brain isn't fully developed. So I made a split, reckless decision, and it cost someone their life. Now, whether it be, again, like I said, I thought it was going to be manslaughter. You know, let's argue. If they would have at least pleaded that and argued that, I would have like got that, right? Because that can be argued in the court of law. But to just literally railroad him and just say it was murking, the prosecution did not prove that to me, not by a reasonable doubt that that's what it was, because the burden of proof was on them.
Right.
So it
absolutely, Auntie.
was word salad and lies that were coerced and coached by all of the prosecutors, witnesses that got up there, and you could tell that they were lying because of certain things that the defense was asking them. Anytime they say, I don't remember or I can't recall, they just want to keep from lying. That's why they say that. And I don't know if y'all know, because you remember everything. You remember everything else, but you don't remember this, right? So when they say that, it's because, well, I bet not perjure myself, you know?
Right.
But yeah.
Exactly, open book. Exactly, open book. You know, this boy did not get a fair trial at all. I'm just so sorry. He didn't. Everything was already planned out, made up, everything. The judge knew what he was doing. You caused the world grief all around the country. You had people going after each other, having these racist people come out against black people. You know what I'm saying? Saying real mean, nasty things. Okay. Then you didn't allow anyone in the courtroom. You knew what you was doing. You didn't allow those teachers on the stand. You knew what you was doing. And Auntie, I never knew it was so many jurors in my fucking life that was sent to me. I had to send that shit to open book. I said, what in the hell?
So many what?
Jurors.
So many jurors that was.
Yeah, listen. They knew what they was doing, Auntie, by not showing none of those juror faces. They knew what they was doing also. They had to protect their identity because they live in Texas. They don't want nobody to harm these people, because this can cause a big riot because they put away a young man for, murder. Okay, so that's why they protected those jurors' faces. That's why they did that.
Oh yeah, because they still have to live in the community, and so does the witnesses. So, and it seems to be to me that a lot of those people are and were afraid of the Metcalf twins, like they were bullies, from what I'm understanding. Someone read an email on another platform, on Queen's platform, Queen Amadea Shakura's platform, where it was a letter, an email that was sent to the coaches based off of the harassment, the bullying that the Metcalf twins were doing. Everybody knows that they were known bullies, right, in their community. And while they were up there, while the prosecution got witnesses up there to say what they said about Carmelo, why didn't the defense get people up there to talk about how they were bullies and how they were a menace and all those things? See, because they want to make the light shine bright on the Metcalf twins, like they were angels, and Carmelo is a thug and the devil and all of that. And that's not true. It's the total opposite, actually, to be exact. But that is the light that was on Carmelo. because of the color of his skin. So again, we have to always say it is about race. We cannot have cognitive dissonance when it comes to things like this. You just try to be a Black person that got a spouse and a family, and you trying to buy a home in a certain community, right? And you get turned down, and you can't understand why. Your credit is perfect. You got the money, you got the resources and everything to afford that house, and you can't wonder why you get told no. How about the fact that when we go into the healthcare system, that Black women are 3 times more higher to die, be unalived by childbirth than our white counterparts? How they say and they think that Black people can take pain more than any other race of people. That's why they prolong our diagnosis. That's why they prolong and gaslight us into things that be wrong with us when we say we in pain about something. Try to get accepted in certain top 10 colleges around the world, and see how many people that look like you are in Yale, are in Harvard, and things like that. People, Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, are just a small monopoly
Lord,
of that.
Auntie, don't scare me, Lord, because our Lord, my daughter's going away, and my grandbaby, Lord Jesus, and she is going to a white town, Auntie. Oh, Lord Jesus. I pray for my granddaughter every single day. Oh, Jesus.
Too. So again, and these are the conversations that I have with my granddaughter, right? Like I got a great niece that just finished medical school. She is officially a doctor, a Black OGBYN. You know what books I sent her? A medical apartheid, because I don't want her to ever get it twisted by, as a Black woman, this is your obligation to make sure that especially Black women in your community that you have for patients are well taken care of. Don't ignore their pain. Don't ignore like our white and other counterparts do. Right?
Yeah, I just, and I think I broke down this morning crying to her on the phone too. She don't know about this case or anything, because I don't want to put nothing in her head or anything like that. But I thought about all kind of things. I know she's leaving. I'm not used to my granddaughter leaving, going away like that, away from her family, her mother. I don't want nothing to happen to her while she's in college. I just pray that they treat her good, be fair to her.
Conversation, Nisi Poo, that's your granddaughter. You have a conversation with her about safety, about how to move on campus, about who to surround herself with. See, these are the things I talked to my granddaughter before I left. She just graduated to go to college, and she's in California. I sat her down, and she is going to be a justice attorney. And guess what I did? I called her, I said, follow case right here, because I want you to see the disparities that we have.
Yeah, that's true.
One woman that's going to be a criminal justice attorney. You need to see black and white how real it is. Yeah. See, because we got to remember, our children are being educated under a white school system.
Yeah.
That's never until our black children. So it's up to them. I gave my daughter, the one that's going criminal justice, I gave her a book about Black people in the justice system, how they are unfair. I get all that.
Yeah.
Because you're first.
This is just so.
That's what sad,
man.
Everybody else.
And I know she got to go, y'all, and stuff like that. This is what she want. But, I'm just going to keep my prayers.
They have to go to work, have to experience things, but you want them to go out there. And you.
OG, you going in and out. Auntie, you going in and out.
Oh, no.
Hey, open book, baby.
Hey D, hey OG Patrice, hey Chad.
I'm sorry, Chad, y'all. I just couldn't.
I know how you feel. Look, mine was on a field trip today, and that's how they going on just a field trip, and I was so nervous, and Well, I said it's just so much, and I told my daughter, I was like, keep your phone with you. Y'all got to call me for help or, even just going up the elevators and stuff. I'm like, just stay on the phone with me. It's like so much, but it's like what all we can do is just pray, for God's divine protection because we can't be everywhere. We got to allow them to live and all of that. So she'll be fine. She'll be fine. Just keep in contact with her, and check on her and have her have a partner, someone there as a backup too, like in case of emergency, like a next to kin person that know y'all and how to get in contact with a family member, if anything ever happens.
Yes. I'm gonna speak to her mom later. She's sleeping now because yesterday was her graduation. Everybody tired. So I'm going to speak to her mom today so we can have some conversations and stuff like that. I was hoping that someone from her graduation was going to the same college, but everybody mostly was going to like different colleges. You had some people going to the same college, but for the most, everybody was going to different colleges and stuff like that. But it just came in my mind just that quick. It just broke my heart, man. It just, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. I just hope this family a fair trial and everything works out for this family. I hope they get a good attorney, but I do believe they're gonna get a good attorney this time. I do believe. What you think, Open Book?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I was thinking too that.
Could you put the link again? Open Book.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean that. I just thought about Carmela, and then my granddaughter just came to popped up in my head because I know she's leaving us. So that was just a lot at one time.
And you know what? Tell her to. My grandmother always used to tell me to read Psalm 121.
Okay.
Always keep that. Any travels, when you're away, just keep God with you. If anything, we could tell our kids is to, I know y'all go out to college, you go having fun and things like that, but remember God and keep him with you because you're going to have him when mommy and daddy not there. Know how to say a simple prayer. It don't have to be all deep, but when you're in trouble, when you're scared, when you have tests, when you got, potential danger, lockdowns and things like that, like keep God close. If any advice, give them a Bible. I know we want to give them all this other stuff that they're going to need, but keep them with the Bible, and they have it on their phones too, and I think that, she'll be okay. I believe she's definitely going to be okay.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. Thank y'all in the chat too. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no apologies. No, I think this time they will. That family was new to Texas, and, they really did not know probably where they were moving to, that area. It's a nice area. Don't get me wrong. They built.
Oh yeah, I heard it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's new. They had one of the first IKEAs there, like a real huge IKEA store, furniture store. Everyone would go to Frisco for the store. Now they just built a Universal Studio, a kids resort that's opening next month. So that pulls in a lot of money already for that city. And so that's going to pull in a lot of money once they open. So what they're trying to do is they're pretty much trying to keep that area up to a certain standard where they keep out, certain people and trying to send a message and using this whole Carmelo thing, in my opinion, to send that message and use him as an example. So when they move there, they're moving to a beautiful part of town, not knowing the territorial demons that are in that area and the people that have been operating in corruption, all of this different stuff over the course of over years. The DA been in there since 2011. Okay, doing all this foolishness, got 75-page lawsuit that they done paid out on a settlement 2 years ago. And so, I think too, when they were listening to people, they felt had their best interests, at heart. They got caught, I think, in the crossfire of some other stuff that was going on that they didn't know about. Dominique is well known in the DFW area as an activist and things of that sort. So a lot of people outside of this area may not know him. He's already revealed his record. He shared it because that always comes up. And so there are lawyers and things that he may know or may not get along with. So I don't know what all was going on, who they were listening to, because the family, his parents did bring that up on the interview, that people were in their ear telling them not to talk to this one, not to talk to that one. So they never said who. So I don't know what was going on behind the scenes. And so I think.
Wait a minute, Open Book. You said the family was saying that people was telling them don't talk to certain people?
Yeah, she said that on her interview with that Mimi Brown TV lady.
Really?
Yes, I think they got caught up in, the crossfire unknowingly of some of this stuff that's going on. A lot of people, of course, it's a big case, probably wanted to be a part. There's one lady, that has a platform. She was saying, he didn't want to get pushed out by certain black lawyers. So he was, trying to tell them not to go with the black lawyer. I don't know who all told them not to go with the black lawyer and to go with the white lawyer. And so it with them not kind of knowing like the whole law and being in trouble before, with their son, their kids and all of that, like they're just trying to make sure he's covered, and get proper representation. But it backfired because the assistant to Mike Howard was actually a law firm partner with the prosecutor, Werski. They
Girl,
were
shut
they
your
had a
mouth.
partnership. Yeah, in Dallas. They were partners. They had a law firm. So
Well, when you call that a snake, Open Book, there were snakes there?
there was snakes in the camp. Carmelo and his family didn't realize it was one on their team. That's why a lot of stuff was not getting done, because they had a snake in the midst. If you work, and me and you, okay, say for example, me and you had our law firm, okay, but now we're on different sides of the table. You on one side, I'm on the other side. That does not stop that the fact that we were close, had a whole partnership, friends, all of that. So if we have phone calls behind the scenes and things like that, he was probably doing things underhanded that was working against Carmelo. Because if you look at the whole lineup, they did nothing on the docket leading up to this trial. Nothing was done whatsoever. It's so minimal. It is so minimal. And it was a setup from the very beginning, in my opinion. It was a whole setup.
Do you think that the other family had connections with these people too? Not Carmelo family, but the other family.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Although that picture, there wasn't the judge in that picture. I do feel like he's connected to some people in some high positions, and they run in circles. They run in circles. These people have been in leadership roles for so long. We can't get the governor up out of here, okay? And so now his wife, the DA's wife, is also a district judge in the same county. She's a district judge. So you got the DA, then you got his wife, district judge, then you got his partner that's also in the lawsuit with him as one of the prosecutors that was leading this case. They're all connected. They're all connected.
Dang, Open. See, it's Open Book. That's why sometimes, like, I send you stuff because I like the way you break it down when it comes to certain situations. That's why I be like, Open Book, take this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't be one to. I can't do it like you do it. You know what I'm saying? You know how I do. So that's why I just send it to you. And sometimes I ask you, Open Book, I don't know how you feel about this. I like your opinion. I like how you break it down. I like how you share your thoughts about it. I like how you dive deep into certain situations. I like that.
Thank you, D. I appreciate that. I think OG trying to say something. OG, your phone going in. I can hear her.
Also, I'm sitting in the home where I usually be sitting. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
I think that's a little better. What you say, Open Book?
It's a little better.
Is that better? A little better. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if something going on in my area or what, because this ain't never happened before. But
yep, every time you come up here, you'll never have no problems with your phone.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But I was gonna say Open Book is right, because it's the same thing that happens in politics. I mean, you could see them going at each other next when they running, but behind the scenes, they all friends and cool. They run in the same circles, know the same people. It's the same thing. And believe it or not, this criminal justice system in these positions, they all get voted in these positions. So it's all politics. That's why I say everything matters when it comes to these type of things, especially when it's for us. Right. So we know in the small town USA of Collins County, everybody knows your name, as that saying goes, because everybody knows everybody. Everybody has some kind of relation or connection or 6 degrees of separations for somebody, right? Like me and Open Book can be cool and friends, right? And one day we at a barbecue or some kind of event, and somebody that's some kin to her, I may have known them for years. So it's the same way. It works in the same circles when it comes to those positions. And the smaller the town and the county is, the smaller the relationships are. They all are connected in some shape, form, or fashion. And if the defense attorney, when they're doing the appeal, can prove that, then yes, because that is what do they call it? Oh my God, I can't. Like what is it called? The word I'm looking for. Start with a C.
Conflict of interest, or
yes, thank you. I didn't even think of it. Yeah, conflict of interest. Yeah, so they would have.
I thought when they do big cases, they do ask you, like, if you because some lawyers, they all went to school together, judges, prosecutors. So I thought maybe they asked you, because I remember one time when my sister had a case, she took somebody to court, and the judge, my sister lawyer went to school with the judge. That's what happened, right? So the judge moved my sister's case to another courtroom because that was confidential, like Patrice just said. So they did ask my sister, she had an option to stay here in her courtroom or they were moved. My sister's option was she wanted to move to another courtroom where the judge did not know her attorney.
Yeah, when it's conflict of interest like that, if they find out about it, then it can definitely be a problem later down the line. Now, if this is true and we're finding out about this, and if it's proven to be true, then the new defense team could absolutely put that in the appeal, and it could be grounds for being a part of him getting approved for the appeal, right, for a retrial.
Right. And all of them knew each other. That was crazy. Because the judge, she told my sister, she said, that is my friend. We did go to school together, law school together. But she said, if you're welcome to keep your case here, you can. If you want to move it, we can move it. And my sister called me and told me what was going on. She said she moved the case because she had took somebody to court, but they moved her case. But that was the judge. The judge did have to let my sister know that, because if my sister would have found that out in the end, that could have been a lawsuit.
Right. I had went to school with this guy, and we were never close in school. I just knew him. We went to the same school, and my son, in Chicago, how they have the L trains, the trains that we call them the L's in Chicago, but the subway trains. And one time my son, he was being a teenager. It was against the law to move from one train to the other while the train was moving. And my son got caught moving from one train to the other. And it was an undercover Caucasian cop on the train to catch people for that reason, right? So my son had a court date and all of that. So yeah, I don't care. I'm an involved parent, right? Like my son ain't even finna have a misdemeanor on his record if I can help it. So I went to court with him, and lo and behold, the judge was the guy that I went to school with. And we knew it and looked at each other and recognized we remembered each other, but that was it. We didn't, because we didn't have a relationship, but we kind of gave each other, how we black folk, we got that Yeah, I remember you kind of look, but he knew and he threw it out. And I was grateful because that white cop showed up. He wanted to give my son a misdemeanor file a misdemeanor case on my son. And I was like, my son is just, I think he had to be about 15, 16 years old. I was like, nah, mm-mm. And the judge was like, well, I'm glad that you showed up, mother. That shows that you support your son. He doesn't have a record. He was saying all of this stuff, right? And he was like, well, I'm glad that you did that. I wish more parent would be more involved. I said, no, I said, Your Honor, I don't want my son as a teenager to have any type of thing on his record. I want him to have a chance because when he goes out into the world, it doesn't matter how big or small it is when it comes to black boys. They're going to always judge you. And I don't want that to follow him. And he threw it out.
So the attorney, the defense attorney that represented the case, right? Open book. I'm going to ask you this. The defense attorney that represented the case for Carmelo, right? Is that defense attorney that did the appeal?
No, no. And it's okay. So the lead one, Mike Howard, that's not the one I'm talking about. It's the other one, Toby, that was assisting him. I believe they used Mike Howard as a front so that it wouldn't be obvious the play because Mike Howard was leading, but I do feel that he knew some of the play because there's no way you could not know what's transpiring on that docket and what what's happening in this trial. You're supposed to be preparing for this trial leading up a whole year. So the guy first, they had a guy on here for the appeal, court appointed man by the name of Donnie Perales. They had him 2 days ago listed on there as the court appointed appellate attorney. However, the next day it was changed. Now, I don't know if it was because he felt that heat, about who is, what this trial is about. But then it switched to this lady named Laura Bracamonte. They have her listed as the court attorney, appointed appellate attorney. So she filed an appeal, and this was on yesterday. All this took place on yesterday, and she is out of Rockwell, Texas. I shared a picture of her. She's a white lady. So this is on there as of now, but the family can get their own attorney. Now, some people are already posting, Carmelo put that he's penniless and all of that. Those people have money. People just putting stuff out there as of right now. This is, I guess, the temporary thing that they have until they have their attorney secured, and then they can put, the change of attorneys in here. But as of right now, this is all, preliminary. They have to submit it, the paperwork and all of that. So they have for right now, the court appointed one. So it's some white lady named Laura Bracamonte Davila.
So do you think they better go on and jump on their own attorney for this and retain an attorney right now? I think they should.
Yeah, like ASAP, because they've already amended the appeal schedule. I think they know this judge is about to retire in 6 months. They're definitely going to do this appeal probably after he's out of there, although it may not be at the same court or whatever, but they still, because he knows that he did not do some things properly. So he wants to be out of here. On his little retirement somewhere on an island. And so they
on the island.
They're trying to amend the schedule. They're probably trying to push it out. It doesn't show the date on here, but it does show that there was a second amended appeal schedule through yesterday. There have not been any updates today so far, but through yesterday, they have had a second amended appeal schedule submitted. So I don't know what that's about.
So open book, it was the new court appointed attorney that filed the appeal on their behalf, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Because
so that just means.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. No, I was just going to say so. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say a lot of attorneys, you see, I think it's this group of 3 attorneys I've seen. Then I've seen someone else, but they're saying that they're helping the family. Okay. That's great. But when is that going to make it to the courthouse? You know, like get that on file, on record, get the ball rolling, because these people play dirty. We already see that, you know. So the sooner the better. Okay, whoever is saying they're helping, we're hearing Charleston White, he's helping. We're hearing Dominique saying he's sending money. Everybody's sending money. Everybody doing XYZ. Well, let's come on and get on.
Now, did you hear this? Because I seen it this morning, but you know, I don't believe everything I see or hear on these social media sites. Now, the rapper named Boosie, someone said that Boosie donated $5,000 to the family. I don't know if it's true or not. This is what I seen on Facebook. I don't know. Now, will I think he would do that? Yes, because of all the things that he did for Shonda's son. You remember that, right? Open Book. Yeah, he did. I mean, he did some lovely things for another content creator for her son. So do I think he'll do it? Yes. But do I know if he actually did it? I don't know. And I don't want to put it out there from my platform and say he did it, because I don't know. But this is what I did see on Facebook this morning.
Yeah, I'm not that, but I know it was. I think Cardi B and a couple of them been talking, but you know, talking is cool, but put your money where your mouth is, because you all have the money to help. You know what I mean? A lot of the celebrities, and I was even thinking about, you know, Carmelo's namesake. He had to be named after Carmelo Anthony, the NBA player. I was like, it would be nice if he put some money up. He was like, yeah, he got my name. We got the same first and last name. Like, yes,
I do believe
I'm
this
gonna help.
family gonna get some money. I do believe a lot of people's gonna come through for this family. I believe that. I'm gonna keep that faith, because I definitely do believe a lot of people is gonna come through for this family. I do believe that, because a lot of it's 99% of people know this boy was done wrong in that courtroom. They know it.
But I think too, it could be some celebrities that gave to that first GoFundMe. They just did it anonymously. That could be possible.
Sometimes people, yeah. Sometimes everybody don't come out and say what they do for people. That's so true.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, that could be possible. You know, but I do believe, you know, they are sitting and watching, even if they are not saying anything, you know, publicly on platforms or whatever, or speaking up like the way Cardi B or whatever, doesn't mean that they're not giving. They could be, you know, secretly giving and helping in the background and just don't want people to know it, because they have a brand that they have to protect. Because we know as soon as some black celebrity get up and talk about and speak for a black person, what they do, they start to trying to, you know, cancel them, remove them, you know, tarnish their brand, you know, and all this and that. So it could be very possible. It will be a beautiful thing to see that if, you know, some black celebrities did get together and pool and donate money to help with this case.
Yeah. And I see a lot of supporters want to even put money on his canteen and, you know, give him money, so make sure he have what he have in there. And that was so nice of them. You know, when I was going into different chats, just sitting back watching the chat, I seen people saying things like that. They want to get in contact with the mother to put money on his books. That was so sweet of supporters to do that for him.
I was going to ask Open Book, did she have any information on, like, you know, since he had already been processing everything, do you have any information on him in the prison and all of that, with how to like put money on his books? I know we know his name, you know, like you have to know his date of birth and his prison number and all that stuff to send it, and exactly which state prison is he in Texas, because I know he was moved. Do you have any of that information?
Well, I do have the prison. He's in the Wallace PAC unit there near Navasota. And I posted like they even have a Facebook page where they even show pictures of like the inmates, like different events and things. It's like one of the smaller prisons, like 70 miles outside of Houston. So thank God it wasn't a big one in Huntsville, because that would be horrific. But I don't know the actual number, that part yet, of where to put money on books and all of that. I don't know that. But I do know where.
Okay. Yeah, because I like to donate for sure.
Yeah,
Because I like,
I'm waiting on someone to
uh-huh.
post it because I did ask Dominique in under one of his posts if he knew,
Mhm.
or if someone that's been interviewing the family, if I may go under her post to see if she can ask the family, do they have a specific way that officially, because some people are trying to copycat on GoFundMe, creating these different pages like it's for Carmelo, so you got to be careful with stuff like that. And
Yes.
so Latte says she can get the info from JPay for us. So I don't know. Personally, I don't know.
Okay, it's gonna ask. Nisi Poo and I was up here talking about the GoFundMe situation with the money that was already raised. Now, do you know how how the rules and policies of that goes? Like, because I heard that they stopped that family's GoFundMe. So stopping it, does that mean that their family cannot cash out on that, or how does that work? Does the funds go back to the people that donated? Like, how do you think that works?
Now, there was a post on behalf of the owner, I guess he was the owner or founder, that the money that had already been raised had been dispersed over the past year for pre-trial needs. They're a Christian-based platform, so they believe in innocent until proven guilty, based off of Jesus' principles of just things like that. He explained it on a TMZ interview. So it looked as though those funds were already the prior funds prior to the verdict had already been dispersed for pre-trial needs and so forth. Now, anything that was sent once there was a guilty verdict for murder, that was refunded going back to the people who made donations, and it was shut down, unpublished, and unavailable.
Okay, so then they.
Go ahead.
Now, I'm just gonna say, for any donations moving forward, need to be
They're gonna have
given
to
in a
start,
different way.
yeah, they're gonna have
Yeah,
to
but
start a different one.
where the platform won't, take the money from them or disperse the money back to the givers. So they need to find another resource, or organization or company way to collect the money.
Yes,
Yep.
because I gotta find that article.
Well, if
I'll
they
look
go
while
through
we're
different
here.
banks, they can do it like they have people. They can open up a banking account and give the people the banking account, right? And there's nothing nobody can do about that. The bank ain't gonna say anything about that. They're getting donations in. Would that be a possibility, Open Book?
Yeah, like even for because I think I was sharing with you like the family where all those kids got unalived.
Oh yeah, because they did that.
Kids, they set up an account fund through a bank. So people who had that bank in their area or people wanted to do transfers, it was going directly to that particular fund that was set up on behalf of that family. So that could be an option. And I know they said $4,000 after the verdict that night that the verdict was read. They had raised $4,000 on that Give Go Send, but see that money is going to go back to those people who made the donations. So when I was reading the article, the good part though, and I want to find it so I can read it word for word. It looks as though they will still allow them to set up a new fund to help with his appeal. With this gift.
I wouldn't even mess with them no more, Open Book, if I be honest. You know why? Because it's like it seems to me, okay, so they was allowing them to get money out to pay for the attorney, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like they have control over the money, right? So they need to set something up so they won't feel like the people has control over that money. They can have control over the money themselves. That's what they need to find, a bank that will allow them to get the donations coming in, and they can also have access to that themselves. Not the people having access to it and sending the money where they want to send the money. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I would say, what's Tyler Perry at, child? But he got so many lawsuits. He got his own lawsuits.
Jesus, Open Book. He got so many lawsuits. I don't know what to say about that man.
Something with the clutch a lot of times, help like the black savior.
Yeah, I was
So, sis, when
leaving
you
that
heard
time.
the 8 girls, I mean, not the 8 girls, the 8 little children passed away. When the 8 little children passed away, the family that set that up at that bank, because I remember that, because she got on live and she said, we have our own personal banking account, whatever, you can send the money there. They had access to that account, right? Okay. So they was allowed to go to that bank and get the money out of that bank?
Yeah, they should have been.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because I think it was. I mean, you have to explain. I don't know. I'm not going to speak too much on that because I'm pretty sure though you have to explain to the bank the purpose of the account because they have to know that funds are going to come from different places. So it's not looking all illegal like you illegally setting up some account. So I'm pretty sure they have parameters and things set up and different notes on the accounts and what type of account is considered.
Yeah.
And so it's like a general fund account number that funds can go into on behalf of that purpose, that particular fund.
Wow, this is crazy. Thank you, Latte. Latte, when they got the information, if y'all want, is in the chat.
On it, yeah. I'll make sure I get it. If I can, right now I can't get it in the chat because I'm on my phone. But I was gonna say now the Anthony family need to choose their defense team. Exactly the same way that those prosecutors was allowed to choose a certain type of jurors. The Anthony family need to make sure they choosing the right defense attorneys. That's going to be bulldog fights in there, going to fight to the hilt, then put everything in there needs to be put in there. Like I said, throw everything, including the kitchen sink, and whatever sticks, put it in there, and where they can get this attorney, and then where they can get this appeal, and then they can fight from there. But they need somebody that's going to fight from them from start to finish. Not go in there and then be Daisy and just be all willy nilly with letting things get by. I was so upset. When I heard he was doing no objections, I think they say he might have done one or two, like doing the whole. I'm like, what? Like, so he just, yeah, that for me definitely set a precedence as to say, yeah, he's definitely getting railroaded here. He definitely got railroad, no doubt about it. And hopefully that the state of Texas appellate courts can see that as well.
Right.
Now, am I able to read? Can I read for y'all the statement that? Okay, so this was through New York Post. So for anyone that wants to read it for yourselves, it says, GiveSendGo, a crowdsourcing platform that differs from GoFundMe in that it allows fundraisers for criminal cases, confirmed the fundraiser closure in a statement to the Post. It said the fundraiser was supported to support pre-trial needs, and those funds were dispersed over the last year, the statement read. With that stated purpose complete, the fundraiser has been closed. Then it said that the statement indicated the Anthony family received more than $500,000 during the explosive murder case. It said the donations were still rolling in after Anthony was convicted of first-degree murder, with more than $4,000 in donations made in that time. And it says his family may also be able to set up a new fund if he seeks an appeal. GiveSendGo said, explaining that so long as its policies are followed, there would be no barrier. And that's via the New York Post from them.
So the money that they said that they gave it to the attorneys, or they gave it straight to the mother and the mother gave it to the attorneys? How do they do that?
Oh, I'm sorry. What you say,
it goes to who name.
The money goes straight to the attorneys that they
got? No. It goes to the mom. It goes to a name it was set up in, and then they disperse the money for the attorney fees.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's
So
better.
open book from what you read. So you're saying now that he's been convicted and sentenced, even though there's an appeal, they are saying that they can start a new fund to help for the appeal. Is that what I'm understanding you read?
Yes, that's what it's saying.
Okay.
hmm So I don't know if they're
So
going to do that or how they're going
but
to raise the
yeah,
funds.
right. But actually that would make because when you appeal and you by law and by even Christian or certain religions, you have a right to appeal a case. That's been known even biblically that if you feel you didn't get a fair shot, in biblical times, you would go before the king and the queen. That's sort of like an appeal, right? Or you go before the Pharisees and Sadducees, right? To
Right.
to 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 get a fair shake at and a fair trial of your case and plead your case if you feel like you were done wrong or whatever. So I can see them saying, okay, open up a new case, and yes, you can start back getting donations to help for the appeal. That actually makes sense.
So that's a blessing if they want to go that route or set up a fund through a bank, that could receive the funds as well. I just
Yeah, and it's so funny that because remember all the money that Kyle Rittenhouse got, all the money that all of those the lady that got arrested for calling a child the N-word, and then they collected all the money from her. And I just heard that Kyle Rittenhouse actually still have a GoFundMe up. Like, why?
oh
He
wow.
So why do you still, you know what I'm saying? So it's only fair that, Carmelo gets to use and the family gets to use the donations that are being sent for his defense as well.
Right. And I'm wondering because Latte shared the information because I'm going back and forth in my mind about when to share this because I just hope y'all these people are so evil that they don't try to like do something. I don't know if that's something that can be stopped. Can they stop that
No, they can't stop
information?
that. No, they can't stop nobody sending nothing to no jail. No,
Okay.
they can't stop that. That's something they can never
Yeah.
stop. Anybody want to send money to a jail, anybody can send money to someone in jail. As long as they know that information, that's something cannot be stopped at all.
Okay, cool. Now to me, it sounds like you
That's the
going.
good part.
Who me?
I'm going in and out.
Yeah, Nisipu, yeah.
Oh,
You were going in wiry to me on my side. I don't know if anybody else, but
Can you hear
yeah,
me good, open book?
no, I can hear you. Mhm.
we were talk about it earlier that we hoping in the prison system where Carmelo is at, that he has the right protection behind him, and that his activists can actually go in there and talk to him and talk, and because they got connections. A lot of them work within the prison system, so they know the people to go to move to say, hey, we need this young man protected while he's in here, and make sure, like I said, it's a lot of big Muslim guys in there that works up under Farrakhan and his people that can probably provide protection. It's a lot of connections that Carmelo needs to make within the system while he's there to protect him while his family are out here fighting for the appeal for him. Because like I said, he may be in there at least a year and a half to 2 years before it comes. We like it faster. I'd not like to see him sit a day in there if he didn't have to. Fortunately, this is what it is.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, he needs duckies in there. He needs to be reaching on case. having to do research himself. So speak if he don't want him to take stand, that's fine. But he needs to research his own case as well. He's a very highly intelligent, educated young man. So with a grade point average, that's very high. So do his own homework in there too, and propose questions as well, as is the parent. Just don't leave everything up to your defense attorney. You got to make sure every T is crossed and every I is dotted. Be active in your own case, in your own defense, because can't nobody defend you more than you can, and the more than your family can. So they need to be better educated and better active in this appeal. They really do. You can't just, you're paying a lawyer to defend. Yeah, but you also got to be a part of that. You also got to be actively a part of that. Research cases, research similar cases, like bring conversations to the table with your attorneys. Speak up for your child. Speak up, have him speaking up for himself. While he's in there, he ain't got nothing but time on his hand. Educate himself about similar cases.
I heard a content creator said that they feel like Anthony should have took the stand in his defense in some type of way, because they feel like Carmelo could have said things that this attorney did not say. And I also heard the former prosecutors and lawyers said the same thing. So I'm hearing a lot of people saying he should have took the stand in some of his defense, even though we know the state would have came back at him reckless. We are, because that's what they would do anyway, because they was already up there trying to paint him to be a bad person. But they were saying that they was painting him out to be this bad person. They feel like that, and she even said that one of his best friends even turned on him, made it look even worse. She felt like he should have took the stand. And another content creator that I watch on Facebook, which is a guy, he said the same thing. So what do y'all feel about that?
Go ahead, OG.
No, I was going to say, I actually agree with that. Maybe in the beginning, maybe it would have been wiser for him to sit there. But once his attorney saw, and he saw the way, this is why I'm saying education, y'all, and research is everything. Once he start to see that, this shit, this SHIT is going left for real for me, and all I'm getting up there talking about, it wasn't self-defense to them, and that, Austin didn't deserve that. Oh, let me get up there and tell the story, because now this medical examiner is getting up there saying things and people are painting this picture of me. No, I got to get up here and speak for myself and say, yes, I did admit to doing it, but let me tell you why I did what I did. Let me tell you what my thought process was. Let me tell you how I was afraid for my life. Let me tell you how scared I was. Let me tell you how, I'm a lot smaller than him. He should have pulled out every punch he could pull out to help make the jury understand why he made the choice he made, or why he admitted to what he did. Yes, I admitted to the jabbing of him, but let me tell you why I did. So yes, once I start seeing how this, like, I'm getting railroaded, like, oh my God, everybody is up here speaking and calling me all this and that, and I know I'm not that. Can't nobody defend you better than you. Get up there and tell your story. So when he saw, and the defense attorney saw that it was going really bad and left for him, he said, I know we said you didn't need to get up there, but you need to get up there and tell your story. You need to get up there and tell your story. On the breaks, he could have coached him. Get up there and tell him how you were afraid. Get up there and tell him.
I think to myself too, y'all. Did the defense didn't want him to tell his story for a reason? I mean,
they had snakes. It was a snake in the
Thank you, open book. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one feeling that way, because this is why, y'all, when the story first aired out, I was playing different videos, not just bloggers. I was playing videos from defense attorneys, lawyers, prosecutors, and they've all of them felt what I was feeling. None of them that I watched said no different. They said that he should have got up there and defended himself. And they also said they didn't understand why the defense attorney did not allow him to defend himself, because it made it look bad.
It did.
And Carmelo was uneducated. He could have got up there himself and said, I want to talk. I know I want to talk. I know you said I want to get on the stand, but I demand. He has a right to say that and overrule his attorney. He has a right to do that, right? But we know like Overbook said, we know the reason why that didn't happen.
Snakes. They knew that boy was real. That there was Rambo on that boy. They knew it. That's why they didn't. In Open Book, you know they didn't bring in the real knife, right? You already know there was a picture of the knife. Now, why didn't y'all show the real knife? Because y'all had it. Y'all had it. Y'all didn't show it. Y'all only showed a picture. And then what y'all show on that little fucked up ass TV screen, you turn it around so the other people couldn't see it. You only wanted the people, the jurors to see it. Okay. And then the other real video.
The reason he shut up there is to explain why he admitted to the jabbing. That's the number one reason why he needed to get on that stand.
Right.
See, because before the incident happened, the witness, the police officer that he said it to, said that on the stand. That was the moment then he needed to defend that. He needed to get on the stand and say why I admitted to the jab. See, because you can admit to doing something, but the intention for the region was not what you wanted the outcome to be. But you can explain why you did what you did, why you admitted to the jabbing. Because one thing we cannot take away that the jury and everybody else knew is that he admitted to jabbing him.
Right.
So that is the number he needed to defend that.
And nobody brought that out, and it would have contradicted the very statements that were put out to prove this whole, he provoked them. If that was their whole thing, the prosecutors, that was their whole theme, is that, he provoked them by saying this, which really, that's another reason he should have got up there, because how do we know that he said what they said he's saying while they were sitting there? Because there's no audio of what was being stated. These kids are saying that. Okay, so you ain't really heard it from Carmelo that he said that first. No, did y'all talk about the pushing and them approaching him, taking his backpack? Was that part outlined? No, it was outlined from Hunter in a previous interview. He talked about the taking of the backpack. So it would have countered everything they were trying to set up in play. Notice that his own defense attorney, they kept trying to make it look like the words that they were using is, yes, we know that the boys were right, trying to tell him he could. No, your own defense attorney said that. They weren't right. They're not adults. They were children like he was.
Fact,
so no,
Open Book.
right. You're not the security guard of tents. You're not an adult. If I'm not moving, you need to go get someone and let the adult come tell me. They're trying to let their kids be adults, like they have some type of authority because they're white and he's black. No, they were not right. So why is his own defense attorney, he's saying that, and you're putting that in your closing arguments? So he never got a chance, like OG said, he never got a chance to explain the why he did certain things. It would have countered everything that had been stated.
Yes, Open Book. Yes, amen. And then they even said in court that they pulled him back under the tent by his hoodie. That wasn't played neither. Mm-hmm. Hey, Latte.
Hey, y'all. I just want to say something real quick. The JPay. JPay is a trusted site. It is usually most of the TDCJ's places. You can send messages. You can send money. Once you're approved, you can also be an approved visitor. The only time you're blocked from JPay is if you do something deceptive.
Okay.
So is very trustworthy. I have a JPay account. I've experienced dealing with JPay since my children were small. So I know a lot about it. So it is very trustworthy. You just want to make sure you get his TDCJ number. You put it in the system. They cannot stop him from receiving money. But what they will do too is because he has a medical condition, they will use the money for the medical condition because even though his parents gave the prescription, they're not going to use their prescription. They're going to give him the most least expensive brand of whatever the medicine is. Even though he has a prescription, that's how they'll do it. He may even get sent to a medical unit depending on the conditions at the actual place that he's placed in. Because a lot of times, a lot of these Texas prisons, they don't have the AC unit and stuff that they're supposed to have. He gonna have to have a fan and all
Mr.
this
Bond,
other stuff.
Mr.
Yes,
Bond, can
ma'am.
I ask you a question about today? How much percentage do they get of the funds? And then somebody tell me how much
No, they get
percentage
all their
did
money.
go
They
funded?
get all their money. They
They
get
get
all their money.
money.
Oh,
They get all,
okay.
Yeah,
all
they
their
don't take
money.
no money.
They don't take the money from them, but anytime he goes for medical or anything, they're
Yeah, they
gonna
take something
deduct
out of that,
from that
yeah.
money.
Now,
But he gets
are
all
you
his
able to
money.
put a message with it, Latte? Can you put a
Yeah,
message?
you can put a message. You can actually send him messages. They allow inmates to receive books and stuff, but I do believe you need to verify before you try to send him a book. They're allowed to get a pair of name brand tennis shoes, but it has to come from the actual
Sure.
Nike store or something like that.
Yeah.
It has to be shipped directly from the Nike store
And
to
the books
the
too,
facility.
Alante. If you order them books,
Yeah.
you have to get the books ordered from Amazon, or you have to go into a bookstore, and the bookstore have to send the books themselves. You cannot pack the books up and send them yourself.
That's correct. You cannot spray any perfume, anything. So if you're going to send any messages to him, JPay is the easiest way to send it to me because they get it sometimes the same day. Now they are going to be monitoring his stuff to where they can see what you're sending. You can send
Yes.
pictures. You can do a whole bunch. It's kind of like a cell phone. He gonna have a tablet and everything once he's actually established, and it's gonna be a way that he can communicate. So, in my eyesight, if he got a lot of people that's pouring positivity into him, he may actually be okay. He's not okay mentally, but okay, I don't need to give up this fight because I got all these people that's seeing from my point of view. And I don't think they prepared that baby to make a statement on self-defense. So that's
Absolutely
one of the
not.
reasons he didn't get on that stand. He wasn't prepared for the case to go that way.
Yep, I agree. I definitely agree with you. And trust me, he gonna have somebody there to help him with the JPay and teach him how to do the computer and the laptop or whatever. He's gonna have people. He's gonna find somebody that's gonna love him, take him under his wing. They're gonna help him. They're gonna show him the whole ropes of how the messages, how to look. Because you even can look up there. They'll tell you how much money in your account. He's gonna get people to assist him and help him with that. And I do believe God is good. And I do believe if somebody in there is gonna stick by that boy's side and make sure he's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be somebody in there that's serving a life sentence that ain't going to never get out of there. That's going to be the person that speaks life into him. Because you have a 35-year sentence. Hey, bro, you might have a 35-year sentence, but you're not to the end. They have more people in prison that know how to go to the law library and teach you the laws that the lawyer's supposed to be out there teaching you. They're very
Bingo.
They're very into that. They know what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
And you gonna get the right person that's gonna come and teach that baby.
Yep, he needs
Yep.
And
educated. For sure. Thank you, Divine, for saying it. It's so important. When he go before when that appeal happens, he need to be educated. The
They will
parents
teach
even
him,
need to do the same. I'm telling you.
they will teach him what he
You
can
right.
buy and everything there. I've seen stuff done from people that's in the inside, and the lawyer, the court appointed lawyer, was like, "How did you know to file that form?" Man, we ain't got nothing but time in here. We go to the law library. There's a law library inside of the prison. They got resources inside of the prison. You just have to utilize those resources.
And the unit that he's at,
Mhm.
when I was looking at the Facebook page, it seems as though that may be some type of medical unit also, because I saw like it looks more like one of the smaller ones, and they like have different events. They show some of the inmates, the correctional officers. They were engaging in some games. Seems like they have like different resource people that come up there with them. So he may even show them he's good at sports and very smart. And so he may show them some things, and get to know some people that take him. Because that's my prayer, that wherever he go, that God protects him and favors him. And he can do that. Now, his medicine, I hope that works, because I know when my mom had epilepsy, it didn't work effectively with generic brand. They had to give her the real brand, like medicine. So I'm just praying that it doesn't affect any
Yeah,
seizures.
they'll actually try it out and see
Oh
if he
yeah.
can take generic before they just rule out generic brands. But they definitely not gonna give him the brand that the insurance company was okay with.
Right.
Unless it's a generic brand. It's a
Right
generic
up.
brand because they're looking at cost.
Car-
Mhm.
and let appeal himself. Well, that's why I say he really need to educate himself while he's there, because once he gets there, like you saying, go in that law library. But Carmelo needs to write a letter from his heart to be presented to the appellate courts. He can do that for the appeal.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Mm,
I
mm,
just wanted
mm,
to
mm.
let y'all know that I've had some dealings with JPay. It's very trustworthy. So I just wanted to give y'all the
Thank
information that
you.
way y'all don't feel discouraged from trying that way. It's also a way that you can actually send him commissary through the TDCJ
Oh
website.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
so
You can
much.
go on the website and see what they got, and you can order from their website, and the food will go right to him in the jail.
Yeah, it's so much stuff that can be
Uh,
had.
Wait, what kind of food? Like
that's
DoorDash food, or what y'all mean?
No, you go on
Commissary
to
open good.
JPay. They have their own site. They have their own site. They sell t-shirts, underclothes. They sell some of them. You can buy them a TV off of there for like $75.
Really?
Little radios.
Hygiene, fans.
You can get all that stuff, and you can buy. You got to make sure you put in his right information so it can get to him, and he will get all that stuff: cookies, potato chips, all of that stuff. So it's your option if you want to send money and let him do it, or you can shop for him yourself, and it will get to him.
Yes,
Okay, see,
that's correct, Miss D.
I need one of y'all to come on my platform so y'all can tell us about that. Educate us that don't know.
I,
I can
I don't
definitely educate you.
I,
I can show you how to log into the website and everything.
Girl, yeah, you got to come
is
to a special segment.
the prison
Yes.
if they own that you can buy stuff from as like, because I heard somebody say, "Oh yeah, you could get like trees and your hair products and like oodles and noodles and all that different kind of foods and
Yeah.
juices and different and that that you can get through them as well, meaning through the prison system, and like they can purchase it from off of their commissary as well." Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. You want to actually see right now the jail that he's at, the prison that he's at might not be his primary prison. He gonna be there for a few weeks because in the state of Texas, what they do is they send you to the intake place. Usually they send everybody to Huntsville, the holiday unit. This time they chose to send them right there. That was kind of weird, but okay. Being at the circumstances.
No. I think that's probably for his protection, girl. Because girl, Huntsville, it scared me thinking that he was going to that location. This actually may be for his protection. I really
and you know what? They may keep him there because you got to remember, right? He's only 19. So they're not going to put him right now with the people 30 and 40 years old. They're probably going to keep him with people maybe in their 20s, early 20s, late 20s. It can be that because in the eyes of the court, this boy is still a child. Now, once he reached maybe 25, they may go ahead and put him in a bigger prison. But until then, they may just keep him where he at.
Now, I got to disagree with you on that one, Miss Brody.
I mean, I know here they do that. They do that here when you catch charges like that.
In Texas, they send you
not when you get
ever. They don't care.
To do that. He going right with them wherever he at. He's around 30, 40 years old. He's going to be around that now.
Yeah, he to
his benefit. He can use it to his if he get around the right people.
To say that baby got sent the day after he caught change. So basically he got charged Tuesday. He got sentenced Tuesday. That meant they did a phone call to have that baby picked up on Wednesday to catch the change.
Yes, that's what I said, Lottie. I never seen nothing like that in my life. Never.
Do you know right here where I live at, people have got their time over a year ago and still sitting waiting to be for TDCJ to come pick them up? There was a phone call made for him to get moved.
I think even before the guilty verdict,
yes, open book. They knew already. They had already had. Listen, he's gonna be found guilty. He's going to jail for this. Let's go on and call these people. Let's get him out of here.
Ain't no way
they already had it set up that he was going to. It's a possibility he's gonna get found guilty today because it's very mind blowing. When I'm telling you, I've watched people sit at the county for almost a year plus, waiting for TDCJ to come get them.
Yep. You definitely.
But y'all, but
true because people.
Let's think about this. If our prayers have been for safety, for God to show him favor, and if this location, we don't know, like he can utilize people's negative intentions. Because what if that place was a little safer than being in that Collin County location? You know what I'm saying?
You might be right.
It worked out for his good that he got us out of there, but it's so obvious that they did it so fast. You know what I'm saying? That could have been worked for his favor.
Yeah, you might be right over that situation. It probably did work for his favor because, baby, I felt sorry for the baby. I said it before the case even happened. What was going to happen because today's world in 2026, we still experience we shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I agree, Abby, honey.
They want to donate.
26.
When you drop back down, you can put the location back in the chat.
Okay.
Baby, they still burning crosses in 2026. So hey, ain't don't nothing surprise me. The race, nothing. They still hanging our people from trees and they finding them in the woods and in certain areas and out in the open and everything, but they want to always say it was self-deletion. It's just nah. I don't believe that. You know,
I know you will, because you're a good supporter. Yeah. Lord have mercy. I feel so bad for that baby. I don't know what to do, Lord.
Honestly, I went to bed with him on my mind. I woke up this morning with him on my mind. You know, and it's so funny because I heard Guy. I just happened to be surfing and I heard this guy platform And it's sad because he's a black. He gonna sit up and say black people don't really care about Carmella and what happened. They just doing this just to be da da. I was like, wow. We always got to be.
Y'all, they don't understand that we're not saying he didn't do it. We know he did it. But what we're trying to put out, right? That the boy did not get a fair trial. That's all we're saying. We know he did it. We know he did not intentionally go there to do that. Okay? We know he was provoked to do that. And we're also saying this young man did not get a fair trial before he even started the court case. The trial was already planned out. They knew what they was going to do to the boy. They knew what they told their witness to say. All of that. That's what we're saying here.
Well, I think that we've been showing that we care and we concerned because we've been showing up. He's had a hell of a community of people behind him.
Right.
Not just us on platform discussing it, but us on platforms. That are out there, boots on the ground. Look at all the content creators that were out there. Look at all the supporters within the surrounding area there that showed up. Look at the community activists that showed up. So it just pissed me off when I heard that black man get up there and say they don't really care about him, that we just want to holler about, make it about, racism and this and that. It's sad that some of our people even talk like that. And I keep saying it, them the same kind of people that Harriet Tubman would have had to unalive, because them be the ones that tell me, I want to go back. I'm scared. I don't want to go. I want to go.
Oh, baby. Let me tell you something. This content creator was black, and I ain't saying her name because I'm not giving no clout or nothing, okay? And if y'all know who I'm talking about, please do not put her name in my chat. But, baby, I knew she was racist from day one, and she is black. She talked about that boy so bad. She said, yeah, I knew they was going to find him guilty. I knew all of this before it happened. Y'all, it's just so wrong. Y'all saying this, y'all saying that. So some just told me to click on her live, you know what I'm saying? Because she was covering the case. So I like to look at everybody's perspective that was covering the case, right? But I didn't go in there and chat when I see him live. But when I started seeing her talk like that, I'm like, damn, girl, ain't you black? Like, I'm saying, you ain't got to be racist or nothing. But, I mean, the things that you're saying is like, this crazy. Like, she was saying some real, I told Open Book about it behind the scenes. We talked about it. She was saying some real foul shit. Like, I'm like, wow, girl, I hope you ain't got no goddamn kids and something happened to one of your kids, because you would not get my support, child, for real.
Now, it's a difference in saying, I knew that, he was going to be found guilty and get convicted based off of, we all saw the railroad. We saw the train wreck. We saw it. So if you saying it from perspective, cool. But if you saying it from a perspective of where you're, being condescending, and like you're saying that she was saying a lot of other foul stuff, then that's a whole different thing, right? Because I said it. I saw it. Because I saw it coming, and I know the history of Texas. I said, this baby, he's done. I said, he's going to be found guilty. I knew it. I was just hoping that it would be a lesser charge, but I knew it was inevitable. But when they came back,
she said she knew he was going to be found guilty, but she was in her heart that it would be manslaughter.
Yep. So that is the difference of saying, yeah, I know that he was going to be, found guilty because he's being railroaded and da 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 da. That's fine to come from that perspective, because with the history and all that, like I said, it didn't surprise me at all. And then when they came back with the M, I was surprised, but not surprised. Because when you're looking at, all white jury, and I know they like to say, well, it was people of color up there, it was a Hispanic, and it was I can think of Asian. Yeah, they are people of color, but y'all got to remember, they are not our kind of people of color. They love close proximity to whiteness, their mindset, their ideology, their politics, everything. So no, wasn't nobody up there looking like us. If somebody was up there looking like us, it would have been one of those teachers that you turned down. One of the three teachers. You didn't turn one, you didn't turn two, you turned all three. And then to
Oh,
use the excuse they were teachers. Were they his teacher? Were they Austin teacher? Were they teachers at school? Were they teachers in the district? Like, what we doing? So for you to turn them away is definitely a bias because they were Black, like Carmelo. Let's just keep it real. That's exactly why they did what they did, but they tried to camouflage it in, oh, they're in the education system, so we can't. No, we have to exclude them. No, that's BS.
Well,
That's BS.
I'm gonna go ahead and step down. My lunch is almost over. I'll be in the chat. Thank you for letting me come up, Miss D.
You welcome, baby.
Thank you, Devon.
Thank you.
I'll call a latte.
That was great.
And then it was
Yeah, but now
oh, go ahead.
go ahead. Open. Oh, go ahead, baby.
Now, I was reading this post from another content creator who had spoken with someone behind the scenes because we were talking about why they transferred him so fast. So she shared the reason they transferred him so fast was because he has an active appeal, and the new lawyer. Hold on. The new lawyer asked for him to be released while the appeal was being reviewed. Therefore, they hurried up and transferred him to the prison because by him being transferred, this stops him from being released because he has now already been transferred to a prison. So they were trying to, hurry up and get him to the actual prison so that, and then they said that he was originally set to go to the Byrd unit. That's where the Metcalf person was, but they ended up transferring him to the PAC unit.
Oh, Open Book, I'm glad you bring that up because I want to ask you about that because I've seen a lot of rumors going around on Facebook saying that the Ward guy was some kin to the Austin family, right? And then I heard people say that's a lie. One content creator say, no, I looked it up. That's a lie. He is a ward in the prison, but he's kin to the family, and y'all need to stop these rumors. Did you find anything on that?
There is one. He's over the Byrd unit, but not the PAC unit. Now, I'm trying to think. I would have to look at my notes because I wanted to see if he was related. If it said, I would have to look up my notes to see if he was related to them and see what it said. Let's see. Y'all can keep talking. I'll look for it. I'm gonna look for it.
I hope not, Open Book. That won't be good. I hope not. I really, really hope not. And I know a lot of people have the same last name. We know that, and when I seen them, I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And then I seen another content creator, she was saying, no, that's not true. Stop putting out false information, and that's why y'all, when I say, okay, go ahead, Open Book.
Okay, I just found it. It says Talon Metcalf, which is the one over the Byrd unit, is the older brother of Jeff Metcalf, making him the uncle of Austin Metcalf. Talon Metcalf has appeared in media interviews and public discussions following Austin's death and has been a vocal supporter of the Metcalf family during the investigation, trial, and sentencing of Carmelo Anthony. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Open Book. Stop your mess. What? So yes, he do work in the, so wait a minute. He's going to them, but he's on that family side.
Yes, he runs the prison, the Byrd unit. They were trying to send him to that one. Oh my God.
Wow. Thank you, Cameron. Love you, sis. Wow, Open Book.
I knew, I looked it up and I had in my notes. I hadn't really came back to it because I was doing some other stuff during that day. But yes, it says he's Austin's uncle. Now, if Carmelo would have made it to that prison, they would have let them inmates out on him.
You already know that. Come on. And this is not what we're saying we want to happen, because we don't want this to happen. But we got to still pray, y'all, that he don't get there. Because we know that boy get in that prison with that uncle, and if something go down, that's going to be another cover-up.
Right.
If that parent lost the appeal, definitely do. Like, if they make like that, let them make a move. Like,
I can't hear you.
That truth, they, that's where
you breaking up on
he is.
I couldn't hear nothing. I want to hear what she's saying too.
Auntie, go down and come. Okay, she coming back up. Okay, now we see why this shit was planned the way it was planned. It's more shit coming out every day, y'all.
Right.
Let me tell y'all something. I always tell y'all, if I know something not true, I'm not going to say it's true on my platform, because that's my reputation, and I got to uphold my reputation. So I say it, and I said I can't confirm it. I don't know it's true. This is what I heard. But now it has been confirmed. It is what it is.
Wow. All I can say is wow. Oh my gosh.
Drop the link, open book for.
Okay.
2 people want to come up.
That's crazy.
Y'all.
This is crazy. That's how they got it. Right. That's how they got it so fast. Everything.
Yes, sis. I'm telling you, sis, I never seen a prisoner get guilty and the next day they're out of there. And that's why now, sis, let's think about it. That's why now they did the sentences the same day and the guilty plea the same day. That's why everything was done the same day, y'all. Everything was in the makings. Austin's mother had already talked to the uncle. Now, I don't know if he the uncle on the mother's side.
No,
or
the dad's side, girl.
On the dad's side. Okay, I was going to say that. I don't know which one, but you confirmed the dad's side. Oh, Lord.
That's his brother. That's his brother.
Woo, Lord, have mercy.
Y'all let them send him there. That's a conflict of interest. We just got through talking about that. If they send him there where that uncle is the warden, we already know that is a bias, that is a conflict of interest. They can also put that in the appeal, and they can sue, because they know
Auntie, we really don't want to send him there, because check it out, Auntie. If they send that boy there, Auntie, the boy that got unalived in that gym and his family was in law enforcement, they're gonna cover that shit up. They're gonna cover that shit to make that shit look good.
That's why I'm saying they're not gonna send him there. They already know, it's already out in the news, on media, and the platform that the uncle is at this particular place. Now, if they send him there, then that's a glutton for a lawsuit and for the appeal. And if they take that chance of dropping that ball, then that's on them. But they will be dangerous, and it's a conflict of interest to send Carmelo Anthony to the prison where the uncle of the boy that was unalived is at. That's totally crazy if they do that, and I don't think they that crazy. They crazy.
Just think about this too, Auntie. Okay, because you know them correction officers, some of them ain't no good. Oh Lord.
Yes, anyway, that's true.
Yeah. Anyway, you know, he can call the next prison. Yeah, that mother sucker over there. You know, that's that motherfucker that killed my goddamn nephew. You know, who? Blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't put it past them, because they snakes. They all snakes. So I don't put nothing past them. All correction officers, they mostly know each other.
Well, and the wardens too, and the wardens as well. Don't they all, because they all have, you know, these meetings and conventions, and you know, if they are part of some union, they all go. You know, they all know each other the same way as the people in College County that's that's the DA and the the governor and the prosecutor and the judges, they all know each other. So that's the same thing. It works like that in the prison system as well. But if they absolutely send them there, oh yeah, they asking for a lawsuit and they asking for the appeal to be dropped. That's definitely a conflict of interest.
And one time she made me so pissed off, and because she made a post on Facebook and said they're gonna kill him in prison. And I commented and said, why would you say that? I said that was not nice. You know what I'm saying? And I've been following her for quite some time, and it kind of like pissed me off because you cover multiple stories, and for you to say something like that in reference to this child, and then she gonna write back and told me shut up. Girl, if I was in your face, I'd knock you clean on out, girl. Girl, you was wrong.
I can't listen to ignorance. You know what I mean? Like I automatically just I turn it off. I tune it off.
Yeah,
I can't listen to ignorance.
About the kid, the boy got unalive in the gym, right? You covering that case, right? You've been covering this case for a long time. So what would make you say that about this child? That was a child that they did that to in the gym, right? And this is a child that didn't get a fair trial, that went to prison. And for her to say that, it was just like, it was unbelievable.
You all remember the Ahmaud Arbery, right? And remember the dad, remember it was a father and son that unalived Ahmaud Arbery. And the dad was friends with one of the prosecutors, and it was either a judge or an attorney, and they had to take them off the case. They can't, if you know somebody or know somebody that knows somebody, if you are in that same close proximity circle or know somebody that know them, all of that is a conflict of interest. So I just cannot see them being that stupid to say if we do that, yeah, that's definitely a conflict of interest, because we already know the uncle will be biased towards Carmelo. He can allow him to be unalive. He can allow him to be beaten. He can allow him to be mistreated, all while he's in there, not get his medicine, not get the proper health care he needs for his condition while he's in there. I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it happening.
Right.
Them sending Carmelo where the uncle is the warden.
Well, I'm glad the word got out, because that may have really kind of got them to transfer him to the other one, because people were posting that, and I'm like, where they getting that from?
That's what I said too. I'm like, where's they getting this from?
Yeah, and so I say, let me look this up, because when I originally saw that he was going to the PAC unit, then I was like, they wrong, because I saw that on Smash's page. I was like, it doesn't show. Let me look up who is the warden over the PAC unit. It didn't show anybody named Metcalf, but I kept seeing people were talking about a talent Metcalf. So I said, let me look that up. It said that he was over the one at the Byrd unit in Texas. And then I kind of went on. I didn't read the rest of that till right now. And so I said, y'all, he's not over the one that they're taking him to. But somebody must have gotten inside information really fast and started spreading it that Carmelo was going there. And I was like, oh my God, God blocked that thing. Thank the Lord. And they sent him to another one. Now I'm hoping, these people are not connected and all of that and talk, I don't know anything about the Simmons.
Yeah, I get what you're saying in the book. Try to say, right, like, don't send him there because we don't want to, look suspicious. We don't want to look obvious. So let's send him here because the uncle's not there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
They switched it up. So, I'm praying that this guy Simmons, the warden over the PAC unit, is not corrupt and will, they'll do the right thing by him there. Because this here, y'all, that would have been, oh my gosh, that would have been traumatic for him to go there.
Very, very much so. And they know even wardens at these other facilities where he's at, or they send him to, they already know that right now this case is still highly profiled, and they know about the appeal. So they will be at the risk of lawsuits and everything else if something happens to Carmelo while he's in any of those institutions. They ain't crazy. They know that this is still very much fresh and alive. So if that be allowed, then yeah, the family can definitely file a lawsuit, as well as ask for the stepping down of that particular ward. And then the whole the prison system and the officers and stuff that work there, all of them can be investigated. Anybody involved right now is just too high of a risk and too high profile right now, and still being talked about in the news on major platforms and things of that nature for them to take that kind of risk. If they do, then they are truly dumb as a box of rocks, like I really think they are. But I don't know. I can't see them taking that risk.
Well, they take a risk, OG. In Texas, all of them, the whole DA, I was talking about that this morning, has a whole page, and he's still in position. He's been in there since 2011. Being sued. The city take care of, they settled with that person in 2020, I believe 2023. So it's like these people don't care. It's so much corruption. Ken Paxton.
Yeah, I know.
Into a trial. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much corruption, and they are just allowing it. Greg Abbott been in the position, can't get him out of the position. So they all cover for each other. They don't care about.
That's right.
They really.
That's true. You right, because they paid off that 1.75 million to them women that accused them of saying them. So you right about that, but it's the same, in all the system. Like I said, it's always political, but that's that whole, racist good old boy mentality that Texas come from. That's the fabric of who they are. Unfortunately, it's in a lot of the DNA of that state, and it has been since forever.
Yeah,
y'all got to remember, that's the state that didn't tell the slaves they was free for how many years. That's why we got Juneteenth, right?
Right. They didn't even know. They waited to tell them. That's a shame.
We already know his name, honey. We looked him up. Yeah, we already know.
That's a different prison, not the one he at right now.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. The Texas history is one of the most horrific racist states there is. That in Mississippi, and a lot, but most of all of the southern states, Alabama, like I said, Louisiana, a lot of them, but Texas has been ferocious. Texas and Mississippi is like they in the top 5 for sure. They might be 1 and 2, when it comes to that.
Yeah, someone in my chat said something about Mississippi is very racist and stuff one day in my
chat.
No
doubt about it. No doubt about it. They have the same mentality. Yeah. The same mentality. It's a lot of those southern states, and Mississippi and Texas are worse to me than some of the others. They are like your worst two when it comes, and then maybe Louisiana might be right behind them as well. So, like I said, they in the top 5 for sure. You got to think about I remember being in, I'll tell y'all how old I am when I say it, but in 81, 82, when those white Klan members unalived that black guy, that was in Texas, wasn't it? Where they strung him to the back of their car and drug him. What was his name?
Mike Bird.
Yes, the Bird something. Yes, I was in high school when that happened. That goes to show you how old I am. But yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. And see, and that's the thing. People try to think that they so far removed of it, and it's not. It has not. Like, this type of mentality and atrocities has been going on for a long time, and we not that far removed of it. I'm still here. I was in high school. I remember it. So we're not that far removed from these type of things. So for people to sit and say these things don't happen no more and racism don't exist, and like, miss me with it. You say that when you experience it. So have that same connotation and conversation when it happens to you.
Now, do y'all think the mom and the dad know that the uncle is a ward in another prison?
Probably.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they know now. If they didn't know, they know now.
Right.
It's
Hey,
all over, social media, major platforms, and they've done an interview on a social media platform. They know. And plus, like you're saying, Dr. Candace Matthews and the young man from the activist from the organization that Nika Knight interviewed, they all know, they know the history. Why you think they are coming with all these receipts? Because when they go before the appellate court, they are gonna need every single receipt they can provide for the reason the fight for this appeal. They need everything. Listen, they bring up our history, our mistakes, our this and that. Bring it up. Show the receipts of all the nefarious things that's been done within this case. And whatever it is, bring up the history of the judge with his alleged child abuse case. I know y'all heard about the judge, right?
yeah, we heard about that. Oh,
Yeah,
yes, we did.
yeah. So, yeah, bring it all up. They do it with us. Bring it up. Everything. Throw in
Oh,
everything.
please,
And
stop it. He is not in that prison. Stop.
Who is that? Is that the same
Please
person?
stop. Don't come here with that
Another-
bullshit. Please don't come here. We ain't heard nothing about that. Now, where you reading that from? Okay, stop. Going on somewhere now. Take your ass somewhere and
We
drink
just
some
talked
coffee.
about that. We just said yes, he is a warden of the one they were going to send him to.
No,
But
this person just said they just transferred him to the prison where Austin Daddy at. Now, when the
No,
hell did you see
you mean
that?
uncle? You mean uncle?
Yeah, uncle. Yeah, you know what I meant, auntie. That person.
Yeah.
Boy, girl, boy, somebody go somewhere. Go drink some
and
hot
we
coffee.
just looked at it like they just pulled the info and it shows him at the PAC unit.
Girl, they lying. Whoever that person is, they lying, and they saying that because they're a racist bitch.
And trust and believe me, that
I get sick of them now.
that organization and Dr. Matthews and them gonna know every step of the way of where Carmelo is, where he going. They gonna know it all. They are on it. So anything out of order. Listen, if they transfer him there, don't y'all know all of us gonna know that and it be talked about, and all them activists gonna come out and talk about how he's been moved there? That's not true. So whoever saying that, nah. Because we ain't gonna stand for it.
Now I'm noticing they must be listening into these lives because
Oh, they are.
they have updated the system. I'm noticing now it's gone 2 days. There ain't been no updates except for the lawyers, the court-appointed lawyers. Now they done went in, they done added some other stuff about state's application for subpoena, defense application for a subpoena. It still shows unserved, but I want to know who was the John Doe that they wanted to have a protective order for.
When? During the trial?
They had, it says there was a motion. Well, they had first a motion for a protective order regarding FERPA protected information. And we learned about that in training. I gotta look what that is.
Was this person gonna be a witness?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have their name. It just says they had on July last year a motion for a protective order regarding FERPA protected information. So I think that's something relating to school. I got to look it up. It's like a school term, FERPA. Then it said John Doe's unopposed motion for protective order. So that was July 28th. Then July 29th, there was an order for a protective order. But then someone submitted a motion to withdraw the motion for a protective order. Then in August, they granted proposed order granting motion to withdraw motion for a protective order. Then they granted one. It said they had granted an unopposed motion for protective order. So I don't know who they were trying to protect, but it was a judge.
That sounds like it could have been maybe a witness that maybe wanted to stay anonymous and protected, for because they was going to testify for the defense.
And maybe they wasn't going to get that after a while, and maybe they could have bailed out and say they're not going to testify. Because they could have said, well, we're not sure, we can't keep you protected. You know, we can't keep you anonymous. So that person probably bailed back from it and didn't come and testify at all.
Right, because if it's true about this email that this young lady, I guess she was either a cheerleader or something at the school where the twins went, and she said that the Hunter one, and I want to say, was this? I'm trying to think. I can't remember if it was like right after it happened, right after the situation happened, but anyway, allegedly harassed her and her friend. And she wrote an email to the coaches and saying that, you know, how he was a bully and things of that nature, and that she wanted to stay anonymous because she didn't want any repercussions. So when she sent the email to the coaches, she was talking about the Metcalf boys, particularly Hunter, that had called her friend some fat something, but and said that, you know, these two were always bullying and harassing people, but this young lady wanted to stay anonymous to protect herself from them. So to me, that sounds like who Open Book is talking about maybe wanted to be an anonymous witness and testify anonymously, but got either the
get on the stand. I don't know how she's gonna stay anonymous. I don't know.
No.
But now let me ask you a question, Open Book. Now, do you believe that they didn't put Austin on that stand?
You mean Hunter?
You mean Hunter?
Oh, that's
Hunter.
Whoa, okay.
Hunter. Yeah,
Okay.
Austin is the one that got on alive. Hunter is the twin brother that's alive.
Okay, well, Hunter, shit. What? Why do y'all think Hunter did not get put on that stand? Why do y'all think Hunter never came in that courtroom, not nail freaking day, until the day of the sentence? Give me y'all thoughts and tell me why do y'all think that?
Well, for one, he was supposedly on that witness list. I think that was set up to keep him out of the courtroom. He was supposed to be called, and they said he was unavailable. I never heard of you can't find a witness. You're talking about they unavailable. So he was supposed to have been called. The judge got upset when the defense wanted to call him up, but they said he was unavailable. That's when they had that extended lunch. Now, one main reason that he would not have wanted to get on that stand is because he's already been out here in the beginning on interviews telling a side of a story, and he would have his whole little testimony was going to contradict, probably because it was going to go with what the other kids were saying, contradict what happened. He knew they were well, I don't think the defense would have eaten him up because you got one of your prosecutor's friends over here on the defense side anyways. But it would have contradicted what the chain of events he recalled in the beginning. So they were trying to like protect him in a sense. They know what those boys did. The kids know, people that were around, they knew. So he knew he would definitely be perjuring himself if he got up there.
Facts.
That's how I feel about that part.
Facts.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with Open Book because the interviews he did, he absolutely would have contradicted himself on the stand, and they would have caught him in a bunch of lies because the stuff that he said on those interviews, it would have made it look more like they were the provocateurs and provoked and started and instigated the situation based off of the interviews that Hunter gave. So that is Open Book's right. That's the main reason why. And he would have gotten caught in a bunch of lies as well. And also they were protecting him from that. And that's why he didn't come to court until the sentencing. Because now it's over. So now I can show up.
Right. Absolutely, Auntie. I agree. Absolutely.
You're not
I'm
crazy.
like, well, where this boy at? Because listen, everybody keeps saying, well, Carmelo should have testified. Yes, he should have. Because we could have got a better understanding of what's going on because everybody was lying on the stand, right? So we feel that the dumb twin, he should have got his punk ass up there and said what he said because you the one started the shit with Carmelo. And you could have said what happened, even if you had to lie about it. Okay? You should have got up there and defended yourself also the way people saying Carmelo should have defended his stuff. He should have defended his stuff too.
Well, see, he would have had to answer to the fact that he was a part of it, that he got involved. He would have had to answer to that. You know, he would have had to answer the questions where, you know, people were saying that he was in it. He was instigating. He was provoking. He, you know, possibly even put hands on Carmelo. He would have had to answer to that and the things that he said in those interviews. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you saying your brother took Carmelo's book back? Wow. Okay, really? So you're saying that somebody came from all the way from behind Carmelo and stepped all the way down to address him? Like people in your crowd, your group, your friends. Like it was so much that he was saying that was like, okay, well, dude, y'all did start the shit. Like you all provoked it. You all egged it on. That's exactly what you did. So nah, they weren't gonna call him up there for him to be up there like Nah, it wasn't gonna happen.
Open book when they said that when he got under the tent, the boy, the friend, the snake, I'm gonna call him a snake. The snake, when he got on the stand, right? He said, did Carmelo say this, or he said it's raining, huh? Which one of them said that, open book? Did Carmelo say it's raining, huh? Or the snake said it?
Carmelo said it.
Okay.
Yeah, Carmelo said it to the friend that he was talking to. I don't know if it was Eddie he was talking to or just sat down, and you could say that to anybody, like the crazy weather. They said he said crazy weather, huh? Because I can walk in the grocery store and it'd be raining and people in there and I'd be like, man, crazy weather, huh? And they'd be like, yeah, it's crazy out there. So that was just a friendly banter, you know, of a conversation. You know what I'm saying? That happened. So again, that all of that improves that there was no intent on on Carmelo's side. He came in there and did not come in there to start anything with anybody. He did not come in there to have a confrontation with anybody until it was brought to him.
And based off of the people who have seen the other tape, the brothers weren't even under the tent yet when he first got there. He was sitting there talking to the other guy. They weren't even there. They came over there. That's why the other tape needs to be shown, because it presents a whole other story. It shows he didn't go over there trying to mess with them. He was sitting there chilling, talking to his friend. You know,
so wait a minute, are you saying the twins came in the tent when Carmelo was already there?
Yes. Mm-hmm. According to the people that seen the other tape, yes. They said they seen him walking over.
Right. Yep. Because they said Eddie even saw Carmelo and I think begged for either Carmelo to come over or he came where Carmelo was, something like that. But yeah, the brothers obviously was not there in the beginning and they came in. And, you know, to have and I get it, you know, school rivalry, different school sports. I understand how boys going to go back and forth with that type of banter. But the banter was it Hunter or was it Austin? One of the Metcalf brothers said, "You don't belong here." See, we know what that means as being Black people. like you don't belong here. It was deeper than, you know, you don't belong under our tent. This is our tent or our school. We know deeper racially, racially ambiguous comments. We know the racial undertones. We know what that means. The same way we know what it means when white people say, "You people." What do you mean by that? You people. So we know racial undertones when we hear them. So that's what that was. You know, and the caucasity, I'm gonna say the caucasity of the Metcalfs to say to Carmelo, who are you? See, they think that they have a right to insert themselves in Black people's business, to ask us who we are, like we owe them to tell them who we are. That's all that was. That was the white privilege that he was putting and saying in the way he was talking to Carmelo. Who are you? And Carmelo was like, I'm a nobody. Basically, like, none of your damn business. It ain't your business who I am.
I was watching a video the other day, Open Book, from Texas, right? And I meant to send it to you. If I find it again, I'm definitely sending it to you. This guy was at the pool. So wherever he lives, it's like a pool in his complex, right? And he had, I guess those his 3 little children in the pool. The lady that's supposed to work in the office, she got up and told him to get the kids and get out of the pool. He said, why? She said, because you don't live here. He said, I don't live here. Didn't you just see me in the office the other day? He said, I live here. She stopped talking to him and told his 3 little babies, it's time for y'all to go. Get out of the pool. Let's go. She said, I'm going to call the cops on you. He said, call the cops. Call the cops. He said, don't mess with my children. Now, he said to her, when the white people was in here swimming, you didn't say nothing to me. But as soon as the white people got their kids and left, you want to come and approach me and tell me to get out of the pool. And you know that you seen me in this office before. So she switched it up and said, well, I'm going to close the pool down. Now tell me.
Yeah, I saw that, Nisi Poo. And again, that is the white privilege that they think they have to insert themselves in our business, that we have to answer to them. Who are you? Like we have a right. We have to tell them who we are and why we are here. When I'm not here to see you, I don't owe you anything, but they insert themselves like that all the time. And that was the way that the Metcalf boy was talking to Carmelo. You don't belong here. Who are you? You know,
Karen said she's seen it too. Yeah. And I'm glad he was recording her. You know, and then every time he said something to her, she kept trying to switch up her story. No, tell the truth. You're racist. Okay. And
yeah, that's what I say. I call it, I don't say audacity anymore to white people. I say caucasity. She had to get doggone caucasity, right? To say, why are you here? Who are you? You owe as if I owe you an explanation.
Yeah. And when he told her, you know, you seen me in the office the other day.
Yeah.
You know,
phony, fake.
Then he played it all. She played it all. Well, I'm going to shut the pool down because you knew damn well this was a racist thing. Okay. You knew that. And then you're going to approach his little kid, look like they're about 3 or 5, and going to tell them to get out of the pool. It's time to go. Who are you as a grown woman to approach some little minors? To
talk to his children like that, more than anything, because God forbid if we say something to one of theirs.
There you go.
But see, again, that's the caucasity of them, that they think that they have a right to insert themselves in Black people's business, lives, situations. They always feel like they have a right to do that.
Yes.
And then, y'all, this is something else I thought about. See, if they wanted to get a picture of how the boys approached Carmelo, well, think about how Hunter approached him during his victim impact statement. He said, look at me in the eye. That's how you approached him that day. You didn't go over there saying, oh, can you have to get up from under here? No, you went over there like you were like big boy in charge over here. So how about you tell them that's how you did it that day, you and your brother? It was 2 against 1. And y'all outnumbered him. And really, it was more than 2, because according to the other video that the witnesses were saying, that it was multiple boys. So it wasn't even 2 versus 1. So he showed a bit of that in court the other day. That was during the victim impact statement. He don't have to look at you and no eye. Say what you got to say and have a seat. That's the whole problem. Y'all think y'all big and bad in charge that day. That was the whole problem, how all of this started. and y'all double
Yeah.
teamed up on him. And then on top of that, they said that Carmelo, they were pulling him in. Allegedly, they were pulling him in by his hoodie. He was trying to return twice. And then he even got to the point where he was trying to take off running. They were about to chase him. We don't know what they were going to do when they got to him. But then Austin realized, they said he felt himself, he had been stabbed. So he kind of fell. That's when Hunter spun his head around and looked, and he saw his brother over there. They were still trying to get at Carmelo, even with him leaving. Why y'all still chasing him?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
Again, the Caucasity, they have a lot of nerve to always feel that the need to exercise what they call their white privilege to us, to insert themselves in anything that has to do with blacks. Oh, you don't belong in this neighborhood. Who are you? Do you live here? Where do you live? Show me where you live. What? Why are you here? You know anybody here? Like all of that type of stuff that they do.
When my daughter first had her baby, right? My daughter was scared to come outside with her daughter, right? Because she was getting backlash. Because her daughter father is full of pain. So she was getting backlash from people. And she used to call me all the time crying. You know, when she'd been in a supermarket or wherever she be. And, you know, she said people would really stir her baby down. Like stare her baby down. And people would say, oh, she's cute, you know, stuff like that. My daughter started feeling very uncomfortable, you know. So I told her, no, don't feel that way. You go out, you do what you do, you take your baby out, you handle your business. As long as you love her, her father loves her, it doesn't matter what these racist people think. But she told me she was getting a lot of backlash. White people was looking her up and down and everything.
I was getting ready to say, I know she getting them from whites because she ain't getting them from black folks. She getting them from. It's always from them. It's always from them. It amazes me is how we as black people can be more accepting of them. They can come to our parties, the cookouts, and they get married into our culture, our race of people. They marry our race of people, and we cool with it as long as you cool and you not a racist. But let it be the other way around.
Yep, and she, you know, she had a talk with the baby father and told him everything what was going on. You know, he assured her, don't worry, I love you, I love my daughter, don't care what nobody say, don't care how they look at you, still go out, do what you got to do. And you know, she said as you know, time went on, she got over it. You know, and I understood how she felt. But she definitely told me she was being targeted when she take her baby out because her two kids is by him, and he's full of pain. Yeah. And
okay, so he's Filipino, and this is your daughter?
This is my daughter, yes.
Yeah, and she's black. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they have more of their father futures than their moms.
Right. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's gonna always come from the other side. You know what I mean? And when they and this is the psychology of when black people don't care for white people. You got to understand. It's because of the history. It's because of they've had some personal experience. It's because of a lot of reasons why a lot of black people don't like white people. And that's okay to be accepting of that. But we not liking them and inserting ourselves in their lives, causing them and wreaking havoc in their lives. It's the opposite. They're doing it to us. So I understand when people say, I can't do it. I don't F with them people. I know I got to work with them in the world. I know I got to deal with them in the world, but I don't F with them. And I get it because the history is there. I understand that as a black woman, as a black person in society, right? But on the other end of the spectrum, when it comes to them, they want to insert themselves, whether we shopping, whether we driving, it doesn't matter. It don't matter what black people doing. If they feel that we don't need to be in a space, they want to question that. They feel they have the authority right? To question our very being. And that's the problem that's racist. So you can't say black people are racist because of the color of their skin. No, it's not that. It's because of the history and what they've been known to do to us and what they're still doing to us is the reason why. Mm-hmm. We don't forget that. Mm-hmm. But you literally don't like us for the color of our skin. Yeah. Black people don't have a history of being the most savage people. They do. They have pillaged, they have colonized, they have raped, they have murked, they have stole everything that they got from other races of people, including us. Our inventions.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm not
so racist. When they want to call us savages and we the worst, no. I'm gonna need you. No. Don't try to gaslight me with that one. Your race of people, your ancestors are. Y'all got to check their asses when they come with that. We don't have a history of wiping out trying to wipe out a whole race of people. Y'all do. So when y'all want to talk about the savages, the raping of our women, the raping and butt breaking of our men, y'all have a history of that, not us.
Right. And you know what the thing is, Auntie, I'm not racist. Listen, when I go to my doctor's appointments, I be talking to some sweetest white women over there. Man, they make me laugh. They are so funny over there in the doctor's office I go to. You know what I'm saying? You have some sweet people out here that's white people. All of them is not the same. All of them is not racist. Some of them is. And it's sad that they are, towards us. But I can catch on real quick when a motherfucker is racist. It don't take me long to catch on that you're racist now, okay?
That part. Yeah, well, it's gonna rear its ugly head every time. And I agree with you. There are good white people. I have them in my family. I've dated them, right? My son is currently engaged to one beautiful young lady. I got biracial grandchildren. So I understand about the melting pot. When you do try to conform and bring different races of people together. I understand about that everybody is not like that. I am specifically speaking to the racist ones that are like that, but they try to deflect from their history and try to make it and throw it on us and say that we're the savages, we're the thugs, we're the worst ones in the world. Well, we don't have a history of doing what they have done. But to us and other races of people. Don't talk
about when them white men be unaliving the kids, kidnap people, kids, sex trafficking people, kids, and hanging people from the trees. They don't talk about that kind of stuff, though, do they? Yeah.
Well, yeah. While they always want to talk about black on black crime, we know that crime is based off of proximity and opportunity within your culture and community of people, and that's for all races. So when they try to say that, and that's why I don't even like that saying. I don't even say it, and I try to encourage our people not to say it. It's crime against your own race, yes, but we know that that's because of proximity. You're people that unalive people, most likely unalive people that look like them. That's in the white community, the Hispanic community, the Asian community, any community. Most of the time, if you unalive somebody, you usually unalive somebody that's of the same race of you. And that's because of proximity, right? So again, they try to put this, that we are the highest crime and this, that, and the other. And they try to break our statistics towards us with the black on black crime. Well, then let's talk about what race of people do the most mass shooting. What race of people?
Let's talk about when them boys went up and did the mass shooting in them school. What color was them people?
And what race of people are the most serial unalivers? What race of people is that? You want to talk about statistics? Talk about your damn own. See, because y'all lead when it comes to the SA and grape assaults. Y'all leading in that.
Did y'all
leading in mass
stand on
shootings.
that when they did that?
Y'all leading in serial unalivers. That's y'all. But see how the deflection works, or how they try to put that on our race of people.
Mhm.
So don't buy into the black on black crime. We only lead them by a small margin of same race unalivements. We lead them by a very small margin. It's not that far apart. Okay, so don't be fooled and tricked into that. And then they try to say we don't talk about our own doing it to our own. That's all we do is talk about that. We talk about it all the time. We don't want to see us unaliving us. We don't want to see us doing that to each other. So what are they talking? Again, they are the biggest deflectors and gaslighters ever. And do not buy into it, because they are the leaders of all thing nefarious. They have the history of all of that. That's how they colonized everything they got, and got a lot of the wealth that they got that has been passed down to their counterparts, generation from generation.
Mhm.
So who the real savages? See, you break it down to them like that, and know the knowledge, you will shut their ASSs down. Don't let them try to make it seem like we're the worst people, because that's exactly what they're trying to do with this case with Carmelo.
Yes.
So Carmelo don't have no priors, never been in trouble, smart, intelligent young man, high grade point average, saved a child. I don't know what color the child was. Saved their life from drowning. So you gonna try to tell me that this is a thug?
Mhm.
Like, nah, miss me. No. And we should always speak up for that. Always. Because don't buy into it. That is the Jedi mind trick that they try to pull on us. Like we're the worst of the worst.
Mhm.
And you want to talk about the real damn immigrants? They the real damn immigrants, because they come from over the Caucasus. They crossed the Caucasus Mountains of Europe and other places to come over here to steal, pillage, and colonize every damn thing. So who the real immigrants? So when you try to tell black people to go back to where they came from, I'm going to stay right here, because I was born and raised in America. Now, if I tell you that, you need to take you and yours and go back to Europe over there somewhere.
Right.
Because see, y'all the real damn immigrants.
Mhm.
Don't buy into the mess. They could never tell me a young man like Carmelo Anthony is not a intelligent, smart young man that made a horrible mistake. But how many of they children have made horrible mistakes?
Mhm.
See, but those are the things that don't get shedded the light in social media and in mainstream media. They don't talk about the horrific crimes that their children do.
Right.
But they always try to make black people, specifically black boys and men, the face of all things nefarious when it comes to crime. And that is just not the case. And don't buy into that.
Mhm.
We are only 13 point something, 14% of the population. That's meaning our race of people. And they have a way more advantage. So they are committing more of the crimes. Believe that. So do not buy into it. You will never, you could never tell me that Carmelo is not a good kid that made a horrific horror. Yes, he did. He made a reckless mistake, but so have theirs. So have they, because we know if the roles would have been reversed and Carmelo would have been, their child would have been the white child that's sitting where Carmelo's sitting, it's self-defense. That's all you would have heard from them. That's their hypocrisy, see. They're only saying what they're saying now is because it happened to somebody that looked like them. But if
Right.
Carmelo would have been a Caucasian that unalived a black young teenage boy, it was self-defense. That's all they would have been hollering.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So don't buy into the bull crap, the gaslighting, and the deflection that they try to do. Because that's what they try to do to us, to make us think that we're the worst people on earth out of all the races of people. Oh, you want to check the history books. You might want to check the history books on that.
Yeah. But I think Carmelo gonna be all right. You know, I do. It might take
We
a
have,
long
we have
the appeal to come through, but in the meanwhile, with that, I definitely do believe he's gonna be all right. I believe he have a lot of people behind him. I believe now his mom is really gonna do her due diligence when it comes to looking for an attorney. She's gonna make sure this attorney on the right track. And before
yes.
she pay her money to him, I hope she sit down and have a talk to him. Ask the attorney, what do they think about this appeal? Do you think this appeal will be overturned? If you do, what do you think about the time? Will he may give him less time? You know, like ask questions, you know, and stuff. See how long he's been an attorney. Look him up. You know what I'm saying? Try to look him up to see who he's in connection with. Like, I hope she really do a good job this time, and I think she will after this time. And I think she's gonna have more people behind her to support her and make sure she get the right attorney this time for her son.
That's right. Let's pray on that, and let's continue to have the conversations. Let's continue to be boots on the ground. Let's continue to support in any way you can. If send money, put some on the books, make a phone call, make an email, anything you could do to support, because this is the time right now that we need to show more unity, and that we can say something and do something and actually follow through with it.
Yeah. 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 And that's
all right, Niecy Pooh. I'm gonna step down. I'll talk to you later, baby.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Yep, y'all. Sometimes we gotta stick together and help each other out and things like that, you know. But I really do believe this time she's definitely gonna get a better attorney. I believe it. I believe Austin charged him, and the reason they got stuck is Carmelo hadn't did what he did, he would be here now, in my opinion. Yes. Yes, I believe that, Miss D. Yes, ask questions, Roy D, and do a research on background checks. Yes. Yes, I definitely do believe she's gonna do it this time. She's gonna make sure she get it right this time. Yeah. Because you know, sometimes we all make mistakes. You know, we do. We all make mistakes. We really do. And she made a big mistake. You know, she thought this attorney really had her son back. But I can guarantee you, as she sat in that courtroom, probably about the second day, she probably knew this lawyer was. She probably knew it. She knew it. She probably knew it. She probably knew this man was no good for her son the second damn day. Because it don't take me long to know a person ain't right. This is just bad. Is Holly preparing to be released? Oh, I don't know. I don't even follow Holly case. I don't know. I don't know nothing about her. You know, for her being released and that, I don't know. I ain't followed that in a minute, so I really don't know. She don't need to be released neither, honey. Mm-mm. If Carmelo got to sit in jail, she need to be the same place, jail. Okay, and she did that girl did more than what Carmelo did. Okay, trust me. This boy was being attacked. Holly wasn't being attacked. When will we know if the appeal or whatever is approved? I don't know. I'm not sure. But, you know, Open Book does a lot of research. So she definitely will keep us updated when it comes to that. Oh, yeah. She definitely will keep us updated with that. You know, and other content creators that, you know, that look into stuff. I don't look into stuff like that, you know. Me and Open Book, we talk behind the scenes on a lot of stuff. And she let me know what she's seen and stuff like that. And I let her know what I seen. but she's the research queen. So she probably would definitely keep up and let everybody knows that. Yeah, she probably will. And a lot of content creators gonna definitely keep up with that. And I would like to know that too. And I would also like to know like how long does it take for to know when the case be appealed. Would they make that public? So people would know that it was appealed. But I'm quite sure they probably will though. It probably will be public. Yeah, it definitely will. Yeah, Holly ain't coming home. She in the right place too. Oh, okay, sis. Okay, okay, okay. That was the paperwork. Got you. Tammy been all over social media and sharing. Mm, wow. Yes, Holly wasn't in self defense. Anthony was in self defense. Holly didn't need no need to be released from jail. Absolutely not. Totally two different cases. Totally, baby. Totally two different cases. Totally two different cases. Nah. Mm-mm. I'm just so sorry. I don't have no sympathy for her. I just gotta be honest. At all. I don't have no sympathy for her. Nope. Not at all. Don't feel bad. Just being honest. Just being honest. But I'm going to get up off here, y'all. If y'all like to donate, my link is pinned at the bottom. Y'all know I take off on Saturdays and Sundays, but I will do probably a live. I mean, like a live recording tomorrow. And thank y'all. Everyone have donated to my granddaughter. To my granddaughter Amazon list. I want to say shout out. Thank every last one of y'all. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hello. Okay, sorry y'all. Sorry. I had a phone call. Sorry, sorry, sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna do a recording tomorrow. I'm gonna finish up resting today, y'all, because I am so tired from yesterday. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's sad because I would help. Yes. But How do y'all know she's getting released? How do y'all know that? I mean, that was put up that she's getting released? Because I don't know. I haven't followed in so long, y'all. I'm lost with everything. How do y'all know? Me too, D. Since I got mad. It has been so hot. I feel. Girl, I'm gonna lay my ass down. I'm gonna take a shower. I ain't cooking shit. I'm pretty now. I feel this hot as hell. Like you don't want to stand on no stove in this motherfucking heat. This shit would drain you, baby. Yes. It was reposted yesterday. Oh wow, really? So when is she being released? Wow. Oh, yo, I got breaking news. There was a mass shooting in Texas. Yeah, I gotta look at that. It was a mass shooting in Texas. Hold on. What in the name of the Lord is going on in our world today, y'all? Hold on, y'all. Her next court date. Really? When is the next court date, sis? Wow. That is crazy. That is crazy. Well, you already know people gonna be talking about that. The bloggers, they definitely gonna talk about that. If they ain't already. Oh my God. July the 16th. Okay. Wow. Yeah, Auntie, I'm going to find that and look it up and see what's going on. That's crazy. Wow. That was a new one, y'all. I ain't even know about that. Well, there gonna be some arguments over that one too. You can rest for sure. Wow. That's crazy. All right, y'all. I'm going to get up off of here. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all stay prayed up. Keep God first. Be safe out here. Please be safe. Because this is a crazy world. Keep your eyes open. Keep your head on the swivel. And I love you guys. Yeah, it is crazy. Brittany, it is crazy. Like, I don't even know what it's to say sometimes because this world we living in is just so heartbroken. It's like it's falling apart. It really is. It's just so heartbreaking. So I will drop a video tomorrow, y'all. Maybe around about 1:30, I'll drop a video tomorrow. So y'all have y'all notifications on. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And I will leave my coffee link in the description. So if anyone want to donate to my channel, you are welcome to donate. And I appreciate y'all. And again, for everybody that donated to my granddaughter Amazon list, thank you. Brittany, thank you so much, Brittany. I appreciate you. Thank you, baby. And I love y'all. Y'all stay safe out here. Because, baby, we are living in some trying times today. I'm telling you. We are. We really are. And when I say pray, you got to pray. Sometimes you got to pray all day. Hey, we ain't got no time limit on the day that we can pray, honey. Not at all. No time limit at all. Okay? That we can pray. Pray. Thank you, Ray Ray. Pray. Because we need it. We need it. We living in some tough times. Some real, real tough times right now. We really are. And it's really sad. It really is sad. And it's gonna always be justice for Ramika, justice for Carmelo. Yeah, things gonna work out. Things is definitely gonna work out. So I love you guys, and I will see you guys on Monday, but I will be dropping a recording video tomorrow. Y'all have a great weekend, and I love you guys. Peace and love.